Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to Auntie Derek's Daytime Tea, where we discuss the latest celebrity tea in the news. I'm your host, Auntie Derek, and today is Wednesday, September 17th. With me on the mic, I have two fabulous co hosts, I Chill and my favorite Libra Queen. Hey, ladies.
What's up?
Well, I think my Libra Queen is currently working, so she may not be able to say hey at the moment, but she'll pop in when she can. But I believe that it's a lot going on in the news, honey, and I don't mean that Charlie Kirk shit. You see, that's dominating the news, but we've had enough. We're not going to talk about him. We have lots of other tea that we could talk about. So let's just go ahead and jump right in, honey.
Good. Tea time.
Yes, and you know what I like to start off with the latest Diddy news, and there is some. So I'm sharing this link from Vibe, and you all should see where it says Diddy accuser appeals dismiss RICO and sexual assault lawsuit.
Oh,
hmm So Diddy achieved the best case scenario this past July when he was acquitted of his racketeering and sex trafficking charges, but another alleged victim was looking to bring him down for similar RICO accusations in addition to sexual assault. So Sarah Rivers, formerly Sarah Stokes, a former Making the Band 2 contestant, was unsuccessful in her attempt as the charges were dismissed, but she recently decided to appeal the decision. Rivers sued the 55-year-old artist for $60 million in February, citing 22 causes of action. All but one were dismissed in August, which we talked about previously. Rolling Stone recently obtained court documents confirming that she is committed to the cause and is going to the Second Circuit Court of Appeals in an attempt to overturn U.S. District Judge Jed S. Rakoff's ruling on the 21 charges. Rivers is not only targeting Puff in the new filing, but also Bad Boy Entertainment, Janice Combs, Universal Music, Viacom, and MTV Productions, among other defendants. She said she getting all their asses, honey. So her charges were permanently dismissed with prejudice at the time, meaning they cannot be filed again. Rakoff revealed that he was delaying a decision on the remaining accusation because he wanted to know what the appeals court would do regarding the claim revival window birthed from New York City's Gender Motivated Violence Protection Act. Specifically, he was seeking clarity on whether that window could remain open after New York's Adult Survivors Act closed its identical window for time restricted sexual misconduct claims. Rivers accused the Bad Boy co-founder of stroking her breast and sexually harassing her while Making the Band 2 was being filmed in 2002. Further, she claimed that he cornered her and sexually assaulted her at his recording studio. She claims that she rejected the controversial mogul's advances, so he reacted by blackballing her in the music industry. Rivers said that Diddy also controlled her sleep schedule, ridiculed her eating disorder, raised his voice, and forced her to do unpaid lowly labor. One of her accusations included the infamous scene from the show where she and her fellow contestants had to walk from Manhattan to Brooklyn to get the I Need a Girl artist cheesecake. And just a side note, remember I was telling y'all when I was just in New York not too long ago, and we were driving through downtown Brooklyn, and we passed the juniors, and we had actually just came from the Manhattan Bridge. So my family pretty much, realized how long it took them to get there, even by car. So I was pretty much explaining to my family, yes, Diddy made them walk. They couldn't take no train or anything. He made them walk that bridge all the way from Manhattan to downtown Brooklyn to get him some cheesecake, and then walk all the way right back the fuck up, like the narcissist, damn demented person he is. But anyway, we all saw that on TV. So, Puff and his co-defendants contended the lawsuit by asserting that it was well beyond the statute of limitations. His attorney, Erica Wolf, doubled down after the 21 charges were dismissed in August. From the outset, we have said these claims were meritless, time barred, and legally deficient. The court agreed, finding no legal basis to allow them to proceed, she said in a statement. Damn. So, so that judge, it's like I don't, and let me just start off by saying, I have no interest in ever studying like criminal law or ever being like a lawyer or a judge or anything like that. But the judge's response in that when it came for, and first you're going and then gonna have it like dismissed with prejudice, meaning she can't file shit again. he's gonna say like his response basically said to me, and y'all can chime in if y'all read it in a different way. But it's like, okay, I really don't know what I'm doing as a judge. I can't make this decision, so I'm just gonna wait to the appeal courts and see what they do about it. Like like you're in that position to make those kind of decisions and you just kind of passing the buck to the appeals court. I don't know. Again, I don't know how these things work because I'm not a lawyer nor a judge. So, but it's just this is a little off to me. But yeah, I think she has a I mean, I'm not gonna say I think she has a case, but I mean, we've literally seen what she was talking about. Like those of us who were faithful watchers of making the band too, we saw what we know Sarah isn't lying. So we'll see what comes of this child. That's that on that.
Just keep doing him. Keep doing it. That's all I got to say.
Stay on that ass. Stay on that
Yes.
neck. And not how he wants it. Well, the next story. So before we started going live, I teased that we were going to talk about this story. But Cardi B, she finally confirmed that what everybody else has known for the longest because we have eyes that work. But I have this TMZ article that announces Cardi B announces she's pregnant with Stefan Diggs' baby. Ooh, child, the ghetto.
Why, girl? Why? Why?
Listen, it is I feel like anything that I say about this situation is going to make it seem as if I'm not an advocate for women's reproductive rights. So the only thing I'm just going to say is, girl, if you like it, I love it. That's all I got. But Cardi B and her boyfriend Stefan Diggs are in the family way. The rapper is pregnant with Bo's baby. The I Like It rapper announced the exciting news on CBS Mornings Wednesday during an interview with Gayle King following rumors that she was expecting. The unborn little one is set to be Cardi's fourth baby, but her first with the NFL star, who Cardi B started dating in late 2024. Although the pair didn't make their first appearance together until May of this year when they sat courtside at a Knicks game. Rumors have been swirling for a while that Cardi was expecting, and baby talk really ramped up when Cardi was appearing in court for her assault and battery civil case, when she was spotted walking carefully down some steps and holding onto her stomach. By the way, Cardi's been denying the pregnancy left and right up until today. She even chucked a pin at someone when asked about predicting any paternity drama with Stefan. She previously welcomed three children, daughters Culture and Blossom and son Wave, with her estranged husband Offset. The Grammy winner has yet to finalize her divorce from the former Migos member, and she just gave birth to Blossom back last September. But she's clearly ready to move on. Offset took shots at Cardi's new romance early in August when he suggested that none of his exes have done better than him since splitting up. Though we have a feeling Cardi would disagree with this sentiment, given she's now expecting with the wide receiver for the New England Patriots. Things can only go up from here for her and Stefan, right? Well, I bet you whoever wrote this thing they ate with that last line, hun. They were probably like, "Oh, bitch, I ate this. I just fucked them up with this one." Y'all corny asses. Anyway, but okay, girl. Yeah, if you like it, I love it. That's all I got. Go ahead, Chili.
So, someone posted that her baby is due in February, which is right before her tour. So, considering they've been dating about a year, I mean, she must have gotten pregnant like right after they started dating. And how old would Little Blossom have been? Little Blossom just celebrated a year birthday. Uh, why, girl? She's not even divorced yet.
Mm-hmm.
And you, I mean, that's your body, your baby, whatever. And things happen. But you have three children. You know how they're made. You know how they got here. But was this a oopsie, or was it something that you wanted to do, or not that that's any of my business, I guess. But it just seems a little off. Like, why?
It is off. It is very like I said, all I'm gonna say is, but what I will say, somebody actually posted a tweet that I saw earlier, like right before the show, and I wish I took a screenshot of it. But in it, I'm paraphrasing, of course, but in it, she said like Cardi is a Dominican Catholic from the Bronx. Y'all think she wasn't gonna have it, baby? You know how most Catholics feel about abortion and
Oh, even
things.
birth control, yeah.
So.
Because I mean, she was getting ready to get rid of Offset and came up with a baby then. So I mean, that kind of makes me think she's not practicing the best method of birth control, like pills. May be doing like the pull out method and all that. You know what they practice because they don't believe in artificial means of birth control. So yeah,
She ain't making them niggas pull out, honey. She made that very clear in Wet Ass Pussy. That
I
iconic song. Let me stop.
yeah, make the pull out game weak. I get it, but you know when you having babies behind that, like, oh, okay. Well, she's
and
happy. I'm happy for her.
and we have a comment in the chat asking he's bi. Well, allegedly. And there was an incident where a gay guy came out and said that, he was drugged by Stefan. He was drugged and taken advantage of. And this was back when nobody even knew that he was even in that lane. So and when that story came out, that same guy was jumped by Stefan's brother and stuff. So it was, yeah, it was messy.
Hmm.
Well, congratulations, girl. I guess this is why I stay out of straight people business. All this shit is ghetto, ghetto. Well, speaking of ghetto, y'all remember we talked about Dame Dash yesterday and how he was going to be the what they call it, interim chairman or CEO chairman for Revolt for 1 month.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there have been. Well, first of all, have y'all had a chance to see? I know y'all probably didn't watch the entire interview, but have y'all seen clips of that Dame Dash interview on the Breakfast Club?
Yes, and also, what's the other guy's name? Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
Also coming back, with receipts, and it's been an ongoing little Twitter fight there.
Well, and I'm glad you brought Cameron's name up because the article I have actually talks about pretty much refuting Dame Dash's claims that he was going to be the Revolt CEO for a month. But I have to say, honey, Dame Dash may be a total. He is a hot mess. Like, let's keep it real. He's a hot, stinking, god awful mess. But baby, every time he goes up to the Breakfast Club, he gives them interview gold. He is him and Charlamagne Beck. First of all, he don't care what comes out of his mouth. He has no filter whatsoever. He tells them niggas in their faces, y'all not real men. You're not bosses. Y'all don't own your shit. You got a boss. I'm a boss. You can't tell me shit about myself. You saw how he was calling Charlamagne gay yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, what do you say? Oh, Charlamagne was like, your whole persona is just money. All you care about is money. And Dave like, your whole persona is gay. Baby, I was on the floor. I said, this nigga is so stupid. I can't. But anyway, but back to the article. Y'all see, I just shared this all hip hop article that says Cameron roasts Damon Dash after Revolt CEO confirms he's lying about chairman role. So Cameron wasted no time roasting hip hop mogul Dame Dash after Revolt CEO Datavio Samuels denied he was acting as chairman, as Dash had previously claimed. In a statement written to the Revolt team obtained by the Shade Room, Samuels wrote, "Team, I know some of you might have caught Dame Dash's interview on The Breakfast Club. To set the record straight, Dame Dash is a hip hop pioneer with a proven track record as a creator. Yes, we've been in conversations about potential partnerships, things like licensing his shows and films to Revolt, but there is no signed deal." He added, he is not the chairman of our company. There is no acquisition path on the table. The quote from me in Vibe is completely fabricated. I never said any of that. And remember, y'all, we read that quote yesterday from Vibe, and he's saying that that quote was fabricated. So it goes on to say, the quote Samuels is referring to reads, as a CEO of a media company dedicated to hip hop culture and the diverse creators and consumers who drive it, it made sense to do business with Dame. Cameron took the opportunity to hit below the belt with a joke about Dash's teeth, or rather lack of. He says, "You can't say he's lying through his teeth. He ain't got none." He wrote in the Instagram comment section.
Wow.
Lying there your gum lying through your gums is treacherous, LOL. Dash quickly refuted Samuel's account and posted an Instagram post with his receipts. As he noted in the caption, "I hate to bring out receipts, but," and he tagged Detavio. He said, "Detavio, give me a call. I would have never took the deal if there wasn't a pathway to ownership." Dash includes a text to Samuel in which he asks, "Also, is there still a pathway to ownership?" And Samuels appeared to say yes. Dash claimed he would serve as the network chairman of Revolt TV for 1 month during an interview with the Breakfast Club on Tuesday, yesterday. The 54-year-old Rockefeller Records co founder said he was planning to hold the position for 1 month, during which Revolt will simulcast 25 episodes of his podcast, Bosses Take Losses, and stream a large portion of his media catalog. Dash co founded Rockefeller Records in 1994 alongside Jay Z and Kareem Biggs Burke, helping to launch the careers of artists such as Freeway, Beanie Siegel, Memphis Bleak, Kanye West, mm, and Cameron. Revolt, meanwhile, was launched in 2013 by Diddy, who stepped down as chairman in November of 2023 amid ongoing legal issues related to his RICO scandal. The network has since shifted to an employee owned model. Okay. So, but
Why
pretty much,
would,
but everybody point fingers at each other, saying each other's lying.
yeah, why would he lie about that?
Exactly, and I'm with you on that, Chip, because my thing about Dame Dash is that what we know of him, like he might be an asshole, but he's not a liar. He's not like I mean, I don't think if Dame Dash was not led to believe that he was going to have that position, then I don't think he would have gone public with it. And now for him to say one thing about Vibe is like the black TMZ, honey. They do their research. So if he's saying that that's fabricated, then who fabricated it? Somebody must be acting as you and how they got their quote somewhere because Vibe don't just put shit out there without having anything to back it up. Like they like Vibe likes receipts. That's why I like to read their stories. So this is all just messy street man, honey. And Dame Dash always talking about some of these niggas be acting like women, honey. What is y'all like having this old catty back and forth? This is crazy. This is crazy. Grown ass 55 something. Y'all ass is supposed to be talking about damn fucking, who gives you the most in AARP discounts, like which restaurant is the best to have brunch with during the
Not AARP.
like girl, because this is crazy. Y'all niggas catty ass 55, almost 60-year-old men just girl. Anyway, that's that on that, honey. Enough about the messy straight men. Oh, and in the interview though, I just want to add one more thing. Remember what he told so Dame Dash told Charlemagne, "Your OG is Wendy Williams." He said that like it was an insult, but the gag is, honey, he is, and it shows. And Charlemagne is actually appreciative of that. But I bring Wendy up because well, the streets have seen her recently. She looks fabulous sitting front row at that fashion show, but that's not the story I'm going to talk about first. The first story I'm going to talk about, y'all remember she's in the middle of that lawsuit with A&E and Sabrina Morrissey. So I have this TMZ article. Y'all see where it says Wendy Williams to sit for deposition in A&E lawsuit. So Wendy Williams is being ordered to sit down for a deposition in a lawsuit her guardian filed against A&E over a Lifetime documentary. According to legal docs obtained by TMZ, a judge ordered an early deposition of Wendy, and the judge said Wendy's dementia diagnosis doesn't make her legally unfit to testify, and it will be up to a jury to decide how to weigh her testimony. The judge said the deposition will be held remotely in a setting comfortable for Wendy, and the A&E lawyers can only grill her for 3 hours max. The judge said the deposition may be held over no more than 3 days, with reasonable breaks being accommodated for Wendy. The depo is for a lawsuit we first reported. Wendy's guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, sued A&E last year over a Lifetime documentary about Wendy. A&E is Lifetime's parent company. Sabrina, as we first told you, asked the judge last month to delay scheduling, and to delay scheduling an early deposition for Wendy. But on Monday, the judge ordered the depo to happen by November 4th. We've reached out to Wendy's camp. So far, no word back. So, that's this whole thing. And they said, "Honey, well, we know she might have dementia, but she's still not unfit. We'll let a juror decide if they can use her testimony or not." This is all, and y'all remember how I said from the beginning. To me, it looks like these white women are just bullying Wendy, trying to humble this black woman. She very well may have some because I'm gonna keep it real. This does not look like the same Wendy that I've been watching on TV or listening to the radio all these years. I
Right.
understand people get older, but like this is not like you can tell there's something there. Like again, like with the Cardi B, we have eyes we can see, but this is I don't know. It's girl
And
messy.
which is fine. Like, okay, so she needs to be under guardianship. We get it. But the way they were keeping her locked up was the problem I had. You know, with the
Hmm.
restrictions of only being able to call out, nobody could call her. Like they wouldn't almost locked her in there. They wouldn't let her go anywhere. And I see that they've loosened those strings some because it was like she was in a luxury prison, just like she said, and it made no sense. Like if you're going out with family members, not alone, but going out escorted, because there's something going on with her. I mean, her brain is a little fried, but you don't have to be locked up like that. That was my whole problem with it. Like, why is she being, you know, caged up?
Caged up, and the people that were behind at the facilities, like they were literally lying to people about her. Like, remember when Lauren LaRosa and Wendy were on the phone with each other, and Lauren was set to go up to Wendy's apartment or wherever, with her room, to visit her, and the people at the facility were saying, "Oh no, Wendy's not here." Like while she's talking to Wendy on the phone, while Wendy was sitting at the apartment, like they were just doing real goofy ass shady shit. And it's like, girl, what the hell is y'all? So oh, and we have a comment. The new Supreme has appeared. You sucked out all of her power when you went on her show. Now look, you have your own show. Don't you play this shit on me. I love my window and want her back on. So I will never take that. 'Cause for one, there could never be another. Ever. Before her, there never was, and after her, there will be no more, honey. There's only one Wendy Williams. So
Yeah, but you're her protege, and that's a compliment.
Yes. And on Wednesdays we wear black. Shout out to American Horror Story. You know what? Everybody seems to think that that is actually their best season. I guess it's probably because it was camp, and really, if you ask me, I think it was really made for the gays. But no, the best season of American Horror Story, in my opinion, is the first one, Murder House. Baby, that had me at the edge of my seat every episode. Well, except for the last one. The last one they could have kept. But we have a comment. Murder House was good. Oh yes, honey. Everybody played their role, and I think that what made it so good because we didn't know what to expect with a show called American Horror Story. So when it just came, and then the story just kind of it was so good. What a moment! Like Whitney Houston say, "But wow, what a moment! I will never forget. A moment that is pleasing to me in my career."
I just really hate this for Wendy. I really do.
Girl, you and me
Dementia is
both.
such a bitch. I mean, it's hard to watch someone, lose themselves in a disease like that. It's really hard, and I hate that for her.
Me too, girl. Shout out to Wendy, the iconic Wendy Williams. And that's why I be calling myself like y'all even see when I was putting my tweet celebrating the show's anniversary. I said, thank y'all for supporting my journey to be a bootleg Wendy Williams. Like essentially
Yeah,
that's what I am. This
yeah.
show is like mimicked off of what she did on her show, like with the audience participation and
Hmm.
all of that. I'm telling you, before Wendy, there never was, and after her, there will be no more.
No, never been anyone like her.
Well, honey, this next story, and this is going to be a shift, y'all, because this is very sad. So that guy D4DV that we've been talking about, where the body was found in his Tesla, while
Yeah.
he's currently on tour. So it's been identified. And TMZ says authorities identify body found in singer's D4VD's Tesla. It's a 15-year-old girl.
That's why she was so small. It was a child.
Mhm. And we said that I said, "There has to be a young well, like, why is she, like, set?" But it was the tattoo that threw me off. So I'm thinking, like, was she malnourished or something
Yeah,
like but
I just wasn't expecting her to be a kid, but yeah, she's a kid.
Mhm.
Sad.
Well, this is really sad, and I'm kinda looking at, D4VD kinda crazy, and Imma tell y'all why after I read this story. But, the person whose body was found in, singer's D4VD's Tesla has been identified as Celeste Rivas, and TMZ has spoken to her mother, who said she had a boyfriend named David.
Uh, uh,
Celeste uh-huh, baby, that ain't even the gagger, honey. Just wait till, because 'cause Imma gag y'all asses for real. Well, Celeste was 15, according to the LA County Medical Examiner. Several days ago, TMZ got a tip that the victim was a young girl who had gone missing from Lake Elsinore, California in April of 2024. TMZ contacted Celeste's mother, who told us that she felt the body found in the Tesla might be her daughter. She said the police description, which included a tattoo on her finger with the letters shh, matched her daughter's.
mm,
TMZ forwarded that information to LAPD's Robbery Homicide Division. She was wearing black leggings and a tube top, plus two pieces of jewelry, a metal stud earring, and a metal chain bracelet in the shape of a W. Cops have been working vigorously to identify the victim's identity ever since the body parts were found last week inside the Tesla at a Hollywood impound lot, where it was towed after it was found abandoned in Hollywood Hills. The car has a Texas license plate and is registered to D4VD. It was never reported stolen. D4VD's been on tour and is continuing to perform, and our sources say he is cooperating with cops. Well, he might need to cooperate. Oh, we have a comment in the chat picking on the way I said daughter. Look, look, North Carolina, honey. You can take the bitch out of North Carolina, but you can't take North Carolina out the bitch.
wow.
But, honey, what's gonna really let me I'm about to make y'all gag, honey. So first of all, you heard what the mama said the girl 15-year-old girl's boyfriend name was David,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So this next story, which is also a TMZ article, let me just get that here. So y'all should see where it says singer D4VD has tattoo matching body of girl found in his
Get
Tesla.
out of here.
He he also has the shh on tattooed on his finger.
No, no.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Uh-uh.
So singer D4VD has a tattoo on his finger with the letter shh, and the young girl's body found in his Tesla has the same tattoo on her finger. As TMZ reported, the body has now been identified as 15-year-old Celeste Rivas. And authorities said she had a tattoo on her right index finger with the letter shh. David's tattoo is also on his right index finger.
Mm, mm, mm.
And then the rest of the article pretty much has like repeat
Yeah,
language that we just
Auntie,
went over. I,
Auntie.
I, I told y'all I was going to, because when I said, hold up, wait a minute, now let's put some Auntie Derek in it. What do you
Yeah.
mean they have the same tattoo?
Then the means he was what 21 and she's
Hmm
15. That
But
means
and remember, she was 13 when she was reported missing.
oh my God.
I told you y'all was gonna gag, honey. I'm still gagged over this shit. And people in the comments are saying like, they believe that D4VD had this girl killed, and went on tour or whatever, put a hit on that girl, tried to decompose, cut up her body, and stuff like that. I mean, when you see shit like this, uh,
And why? Why would he do that? Because she was pregnant.
possibly. And then with the mama confirmed. Now I understand. David is a very popular biblical name. I get this. However, this
I
is
mean,
just a little bit
got those
too.
tattoos. Yeah, that's two on the nose. And
Hmm
or he could have been charged with statutory rape. I mean, that little girl was underage.
hmm
Oh my God. Either that
Girl.
or he slipped into town because he's touring the states. He slipped into town to see her and did it himself and went back to where he was. I mean, you're not on stage 24/7. You know what I'm saying? He could have
Mm-hmm.
easily come back, secretly met with her. Oh, Auntie. Oh my God, this is so fucking sad.
I when I tell you I don't have words, like I know that young lady's mother, well, excuse me, not even a young lady. I know that girl's mother is just like beside herself right now. Like I know she wants to punch out a wall or punch a hole in that motherfucker's face. I
I want to see a face forward picture of his ass
let me see if I can find one. Let me see.
so we can look at those eyes.
D4.
Show me the eyes.
Mm-hmm. And I'm about to share my screen on Google. Let me go to Google Images. Oh, here's one. This looks like a good one. Oh yeah, girl. There's definitely asymmetry. Let me show you. So this defeat you should see here. Let me see if I can get like a
One that's close up.
I don't think this one would do. You can still kind of see it, but it's not as he don't want for this is a celebrity and I can't find no face for no headshot, no face forward fronting. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Shit.
Me either.
Mm-mm. Had it not been for that tattoo, I would have been
Yeah,
like, oh, maybe he had one of his family members using the car or
you're
something like
right,
that. Who knows?
right. But
But
this,
but
but some,
that tattoo,
yeah, that definitely does not look good for
and
him.
then Mama saying, oh, she had a boyfriend named David.
Wow,
Mm,
which she apparently never met
hmm
because he was too old for her.
Yep.
My God. Oh,
Well, honey, if you think you got away with this shit, D4VD, if you did do this shit, allegedly, then baby,
it's
you know
coming.
what they do to child killers in prison.
Oh yeah, it's coming out. It's definitely
Well,
coming.
well, the next thing that's coming out, honey, this news about who stole Beyonce's who went in Beyonce's car in Atlanta. And thank you, Chilla, for bringing this story to my attention. So I have another TMZ article, and you all should see where it says Beyonce's hard drive theft suspect arrest, but music remains missing.
Oh, look at there. Gotcha.
Mhm. And you see that asymmetry, honey? Look at this stunt queen, honey.
Little thieving, you know what?
Okay. Girl, they already be saying the Atlanta girls be crafting. Why you got to make them encourage that stereotype? Like this, but anyway, an arrest has been made in the theft of unreleased Beyonce music, but the tunes are still MIA. Atlanta police tell TMZ Kelvin Evans was arrested for allegedly breaking into an SUV over the summer and taking it to the superstar's super important property. As we told you, cops responded to a parking garage in July on a report of a theft from a motor vehicle. Two of Beyonce's crew members, a choreographer and a dancer, told officers the trunk window of their rented Jeep Wagoneer had been damaged and two suitcases were stolen. TMZ obtained 911 audio from the Atlanta Police Department. You can hear one of Beyonce crew members explaining to the dispatcher there's really, really important information in the computers, dropping a bombshell that he works for a celeb with high status. Police said hard drives with Beyonce's unreleased music, set list, and footage plans for her Cowboy Carter tour were in the missing suitcases, excuse me. Evans is currently housed in Fulton County Jail, and police have not recovered the hard drives. So the tunes are still out there somewhere. Baby.
Mm, mm, mm.
Honey.
And they
I
usually don't catch people who do this. Interesting that they got his ass.
mhm. Honey, I told you, honey, they've been saying since what 2007 that the Beehive is better than the FBI. And what I think happened, I can't prove this to be true, but I think that one of the stands, honey, used their FBI sleuthing skills. So they was like, okay, who the hell was arrested for damn car break-ins before? Who was it? They probably put two and two together and they asses alerted the Atlanta police. It was like, look, here's who y'all need to look at to see who took my girl's shit. I
Oh,
bet you that's what happened.
he talked to the wrong people because dumb people can't keep their mouth shut, and he's got this, merchandise. So yeah, somebody might turn him in.
Mhm.
They love Beyonce. They like, oh, you done stole from the wrong one.
Okay. Well, don't hurt yourself. Y'all see what I did there? Let me stop.
Yeah, yeah, I see.
I caught it. You also you also know that witchy lady. She be doing a little work here and there and there. Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't play with that Creole Virgo, honey. Mm-mm. Well, y'all, this next story. Snoop Dogg is finally doing the right thing for a change, which I'm actually surprised about. I mean, and if you can start doing shit like this in America, then maybe we won't be giving you a side eye. But I have another TMZ article, and y'all should see where it says here: Snoop Dogg cancels New Zealand show after promoter convicted of sexual assault.
Fuck Snoop Dogg.
Honestly, and truly, but he in the news, so let's talk about it. Well, Snoop Dogg has axed his New Zealand concert just 3 days before it was supposed to hit the stage, after the show's promoter was reportedly found guilty of sexually assaulting his children's babysitter following multiple related accusations. The Drop It Like It's Hot hitmaker was scheduled to perform at the Dewdrops event in Manukau, Auckland, New Zealand on Saturday. But the promoter, Forward Entertainment, announced Wednesday that the event had been canceled due to circumstances beyond its control, stating, "Our goal was to deliver a first class, New Zealand first show, and we are saddened this is no longer possible." The abrupt cancellation comes just a week after local promoter Pato Alvarez was revealed as the previously unnamed entertainment industry figure accused of sexually assaulting multiple women, according to multiple reports. Stuff reports Alvarez faced 25 charges involving 9 women. He was convicted on 2 charges of incident assault and attempted unlawful sexual connection involving his babysitter in 2023, which has just recently come to light. Alvarez fought to keep his identity sealed, but the Supreme Court of New Zealand rejected his motion early last week, the New Zealand Herald reported. The outlet also reported women were encouraging others to boycott any music events he was promoting after his name was released. Alvarez gushed to Stuff just last week that he was behind Snoop Dogg's upcoming gig in New Zealand, gloating, "Snoop Dogg's team contacted us directly, wanting to stop in New Zealand for a special performance on his way to Australia." The outlet reports Alvarez was also involved in the canceled Juicy Festival, which was cut after promoters failed to obtain a liquor license. TMZ has reached out to Snoop's team for comment. So far, no word back. So yeah, I mean, if you stand for something, you don't fall for anything. But I wonder, was it his decision or was it his team's decision? Because had it been up to him, his ass probably would have been up and on that stage in New Zealand, honey. Because this is the same man that performed at Crump's cryptocurrency event and then tried to gaslight the black community when we told him we had a problem with it.
Yeah,
So
it was already known what Trump was about, so I'm not impressed. Screw him.
there, that part. Well, like we said, fuck Snoop Dogg. So- oh, and my Jamaican queen. Shout out to Marcia, my Jamaican queen. It is her birthday today. Happy birthday, Virgo, my Virgo Jamaican queen. I hope you have an amazing one. And I wish you many, many, many more. I brought her up because remember, she actually tried to scold me one time, said, "You don't never talk about no Jamaican tea up in here." I'm like, you know what, girl, you're right. So I hate that she's currently working, so she won't be able to hear this piece of Jamaican tea. But and it's kinda crazy because she was the one who actually introduced me to this artist. I wasn't aware of her until I heard one of her songs that Marcia put me on to, what, back in 2021? But, Shenseea. Now, I have this Vibe link. Now this story is crazy, y'all. So, Shenseea says Masu secretly recorded her during spa visit, and she says she feels violated.
Oh,
Yeah, this is crazy, honey. So, I'm gonna actually share a video. Give me 1 second. Oh, not honey, Vibe done updated their website, honey. Now they don't let you click off the shit, blocking the ad blocker. Now you actually have to turn your ad blocker off. You know what, Vibe? Fuck you. I was just giving y'all props just a minute ago, and now you want to do some shit like this. Y'all give me a second. Let me see. Allow pause on this site. Okay, definitely do that because Vibe is one of the sites I use often. Okay, and let me so there's a TikTok video of her talking about the experience, and let me share my screen and we can all watch together. Give me 1 second. Okay, well, this is the tweet that she put. She said, "Caught a masseuse video on me while I was on her table today. I feel violated." And she elaborates in this TikTok video here.
I tell you that people are crazy as fuck and they literally have no boundaries. It's just insane because why would you think it would be okay to video me while I'm naked on the table with my eyes closed? Like, bitch, I feel like I just got raped or some shit. Like, I feel violated. Like, no, I've never had that in my entire life. Like, you know, when you videoing something and your phone is on loud and it goes like click, click, like that double click. That's what I heard. When I open my eyes, I see this phone in my face. I'm like, I know you fucking lying.
Girl, like I know she wanted to just straight go across that girl forehead, honey, with that shit. Well, it goes on to say her revelation sent social media into a frenzy, with her comment section filling up with sympathy, anger, and outrage. Supporters urged her to press charges and publicly identify the individual, while others voiced fears about hidden cameras and spaces meant for relaxation. One commenter said, "What the hell? Name and shame them." While another admitted, "What if them have hidden cameras?" Talking in patois. I love when Jamaicans
right.
type in patois. I love it. So a third person demanded, "Sue her, sue the whole establishment." As a fourth person added, "Sue and advocate for there to be strict laws against people recording people without their consent. Trying to get paid for content have caused people to lose their minds and not respect boundaries. Sue."
Yep.
And it says the unsettling ordeal comes just after Shenseea swept the 2025 Caribbean Music Awards with 5 trophies, including Female Dance Hall Artist of the Year and Dance Hall Album of the Year for Never Gets Late Here. So yeah, I hate that happened to her. I really
Right.
do. That is, especially with another. I hate to say this, but we kind of expect men to be on some weird ass creepy predator shit like that, but other women, like, I just know her because I'm sure she was sitting there trying to just relax so much, like she said she had her eyes closed and probably would have been none the wiser had she not heard that click, click, the, noise that the phone made.
And you
That
know it was probably a nice spa. I would definitely take legal action.
mhm, I would too. So that's for my Jamaican queen on her birthday. For her, she claims that I don't talk about any Jamaican tea. I just did, and now we have proof. This is a recorded line.
I would have snatched that damn phone and made sure I would have done something.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have hit her, but I would have got her. She would have had to give me that phone. Or we was calling the cops right then.
Mhm.
That's nasty work.
So shout out to Shensia. Now this
Happy
next
birthday, yeah.
oh, sorry. Yes, happy birthday, queen. Well, this next story. So do y'all remember so on our August 21st show, we talked about Devin Haney, that boxer who
Yeah,
so he was there was a domestic dispute. The his wife, or I don't, was it wife or a girlfriend? But anyway, his partner filed a restraining order against his ass. So then he tried to sue her because of that, saying that she's trying to defame him and all that other bullshit. Child, how about he trying to sue her again over something else? And y'all gonna be like, nigga, what? Let me get this. So I have a TMZ link, child. And y'all should see where it says here, boxing star Devin Haney sues ex to recover $350,000 worth of gifts.
Oh, come on.
Liz done beat her ass, trying to sue her for beating her ass because she's talking about it, and now wants to sue her for all the stuff that he done bought. Like,
You
this
can gifts. That's the operative word right there. Gifts. You cannot. Okay.
girl. Well, boxing superstar and boxing stupid ass Devin Haney is suing his ex fiancee once again. This time claiming she's wrongfully keeping $350,000 worth of gifts he says he gave her in anticipation of their wedding. Haney filed okay, so it's not his wife. They were going to get married. Okay. So Haney filed the latest suit against Lena Said in Los Angeles County last week, alleging she won't return several pricey handbags and jewelry. Haney claimed he got her the items, which included things like a Hermes bags, an Audemars Spaghetti watch, a diamond ring, diamond earrings, and several other pricey purses under the premise that they were going to tie the knot. But he says because she called off the relationship, California law requires her to give the gifts back.
Mm-mm.
Haney, Haney says in total, he suffered over $500,000 worth of damages. This is, of course, the second time Haney has sued his former lover in the last month. As just a few weeks ago, he filed a lawsuit claiming she extorted and defamed him. The suit came roughly 2 months after Syed got a temporary domestic violence restraining order against him. Lena's attorney, Mark Vincent Kaplan, tells us Haney's latest legal action appears to be an extension of his campaign to punish her for having obtained a domestic violence restraining order against him after suing her civilly for what she had to provide to the court to get the restraining order. He needs to get real. Haney and Lena met some 2 years ago. Syed gave birth to their daughter Chrome in January. Baby, this is a high class narcissist, honey. And this is a dangerous ass man.
You can sue. I mean, you have to give the engagement ring back, but all this other stuff, I don't think she owes him nothing.
Not a cent, honey. The only thing she owes him is a middle finger. Fuck out of here. And shit, but you think I'm gonna give back an Hermes? First of all, I have ever since when Rachel Zoe taught me what an Hermes bag was when I was watching her reality show, baby, I looked that thing up and saw like a Croc Kelly bag. I think the cheapest one that I saw at the time was probably like $12,000. No, that's a regular Hermes. A Croc Kelly is usually a little bit more because that's made with crocodile skin. But the cheapest Hermes bag I saw was like $12,000. You think I'm giving that shit back? I ain't giving that shit back, nor an Audemars Spaghetti watch. I don't even wear watches other than my Apple Watch, and I'm not giving that shit back. Imma wear it as a keychain. You done lost your motherfucking mind. I ain't giving a damn thing back. Child, please.
Yeah, he's being real petty.
Mhm. Well, our next story, Lori Harvey.
Get a
So,
baby back too, girl.
honestly, can you
Take the
get it?
baby too. How about that?
Look, okay, make his ass take that baby. You have visitation rights. So I love when women are in male dominated spaces, honey.
Right.
Well,
Okay.
Lori Harvey is I'm glad she's talking about this because I've learned like over the years about PCOS, and Lori Harvey is talking about how she has PCOS. So I just shared this link from Vibe, and you see where it says Lori Harvey opens up about PCOS, endometriosis diagnosis, and she says it literally changed her life. But what I love about this, first of all, we know, let's keep it real. Lori Harvey is that girl. She's that it girl, has been an it girl for a while. And what this does is encourages other women who are struggling with people. They be like, oh, well, if this it girl, this baddie, if she has PCOS, then it won't be so bad for me. But anyway, So Lori Harvey opened up about her physical health in a vulnerable new interview on a medical censored podcast, speaking with Dr. Thais Aliabadi and Mary Alice Haney on the She MD platform in an episode released on Tuesday, September 16th. The 28-year-old revealed that she was diagnosed with polycystic ovary syndrome, or PCOS, and endometriosis after years of debilitating symptoms and dismissal from doctors. I've been so frustrated. I've been going to my gynecologist because I've just been feeling like something's off in my body, confessed the budding actress. But every time I go to her, she's like, "You're fine, you're fine, you're fine. Nothing's wrong." And I was like, "But I don't feel fine. I feel like something's off." She then detailed that switching providers to Dr. Thais Aliabadi was what ultimately led to an update to her treatment and her life. I used to have to get the most I used to have the most excruciating periods of my life every single time I felt like I needed to go to the hospital. Just crazy cramps. I'm taking 800 milligrams of ibuprofen. Nothing is working. It's just debilitating, explained the model. They'd be like, "Oh, just take some Tylenol, you'll be fine." And I'm like, "There's no way this is normal." And Aaliyah Body told me, "Yeah, babe, you're right. It was not normal, and I'm sorry that you've just been living with this." So she literally changed my life. According to the Resilient Sisterhood Project, PCOS affects Black women disproportionately, and Black women with PCOS are shown to have higher rates of, and please forgive me if I mispronounced this, but Hirsutism. I'm
Right.
sure.
There you go.
Oh, I said, ow. Okay, so Hirsutism, insulin resistance, obesity, and a higher risk of cardiovascular disease or metabolic syndrome, which includes increased blood pressure, high blood sugar, and abnormal cholesterol. Symptoms of PCOS include acne, infertility, weight gain, ovaries with cysts, hyperpigmentation, and more. The organization noted the gaslighting described by the Fight Night actress is familiar among Black women. Endometriosis diagnosis also exists with racial bias. According to the University of Oxford Medical Science Division, Black women are 50% less likely to be diagnosed with endometriosis compared to white women due to medical racism. The disorder is defined as a common chronic inflammatory condition that affects an estimated 1 in 10 people assigned female at birth. Symptoms can include severe pelvic pain, painful periods, pain during sex, infertility, and fatigue. In 2024, comedian Tiffany Haddish revealed she had experienced eight eight miscarriages due to endometriosis, with the most recent in 2023. Victoria Monet and Kiki Palmer have also both been open about their individual experiences with PCOS. So, like I said, see, this is when I read shit like this, right? It really, really pisses me off how old ass white men are empowered to make like crazy decisions about women's reproductive rights. To see women go through shit like this, like pretty much just having to tolerate pain every single day with their woman, with their anybody that was assigned female at birth, to see them having to go through stuff like this, and then to see these old ass white men who would never know what any of this feels like to make decisions based off of what they believe a woman, like, it pisses me off. So that is why I'm so pro woman, because are you fucking kidding me, you dipshit? You can't even wipe between the crack of your ass right, and you telling a woman what she's supposed to do with her body. Like, it is infuriating. And I know as a woman, it has to be even more infuriating than what I'm feeling right now.
And these are diagnoses that women are often gaslit about and by male doctors. And when a person is telling you that something is off, they feel something, and you keep saying, "Oh, you're fine." These are very common diagnoses as well that happen to women. Why wouldn't you investigate these even specific things? Because these are not rare things. And a woman keeps telling you something is going on, she doesn't feel right, and you keep telling her she's okay. And this happens uh, so much. It's crazy. Women say, I suffered with this for years and finally got a new doctor and got a diagnosis and whatever. But This happens a lot, and it is infuriating.
And it's been happening to your girl. I even remember an episode of The Golden Girls. The Golden Girls came out what in the 80s? And I don't know if y'all remember when Dorothy kept feeling like she was tired and she done seen several doctors and she was like, y'all, I know something is up with me. I'm literally so tired that I can't even lift my hands up in the shower to wash my hair. I've never felt like this. And she go, oh girl, you're just fine. You need to maybe change your hair color, do something. So she finally went to one doctor who was like, yeah, girl, you're right. You're something's off. You actually have chronic fatigue syndrome. This was back in the 80s or maybe early 90s, depending on which season it was in. But that has been going on for a while. And like you said, Chill, why haven't they put more effort, more research into this? And I'm gonna tell you why. Medical racism, because it keeps happening to black women disproportionately. So they don't care about it.
Yeah, women and black women. And if a person tell you they can't even lift their arms to wash their hair, and like that's not usual, wouldn't you? Why would you tell them, oh, it's anxiety? You just feeling emotional or whatever the shit they tell them. That's crazy to me, but that's why women doctors, a lot of women seek out women doctors because of this bullshit. Go ahead,
Hmm.
Quinn.
Okay, as someone with PCOS and a madre of other things, I absolutely tell other women, like, don't be the person who's going to continue to get on the cycle of seeing the same person and them gaslighting you. I refuse to be gaslit, especially in my case where I had to see a lot of military doctors. I absolutely was a person, please put this in my record, that you won't test me for this, you won't test me for that, you won't do this, you won't do that. Um, Very much so, be an advocate for yourself because the the game is stacked against us. So I did a lot of research when it came to that, and also an autoimmune that I have, where I had to direct my own doctors that I was seeing, like, hey, I need these tests done, and if they refuse to do them or if they try to give me pushback,
Mm-hmm.
hey, noted in my fucking record that you won't do this, or eventually they just do the test,
Mm-hmm.
um, and just like literally be your own advocate for everything. I hate when I hear stories about women who have, like, they've seen the same doctor for however long they've seen that doctor, and they say, oh, they just told them no, and they just told them no, and they just told them no, and oh, nothing's wrong and everything is fine. Like, I hate to see that, because for me, I'm absolutely the person, like, you can't figure out what's wrong with me. Send me to somebody else. Send me to a fucking specialist. Send me to somebody who this is their forte, because at least with them, I know that they should have most of the tools that I need to get what I need done for myself to figure out what's going on. Um and I will absolutely say too, when it comes to getting labs run, motherfuckers will be quick to say, "Well, this is a normal fucking range," not realizing that the ranges that are out for normal fucking ranges for most hormonal things are not standard to most black women. First of all, and they are not unique to your own case. And if you get labs done and they're saying, well, it's within normal range, I will absolutely tell you, keep a record of your own shit. Know when you, like, keep an account of when you feel well and when you feel like you're going through whatever you're going through, and force them to let, if every time that you go to the doctors you have to request labs, ask them for those labs, keep them, monitor your own health, monitor when you feel like you're good and when you feel like you don't. And then if you have a doctor who's telling you, well, they're within normal range, and you still feel like however you feel, go to another doctor, request to be seen by a specialist, request to be seen by someone who has, you know maybe not a specialist, but has more frequent patients with whatever you're dealing with, whether it's PCOS, whether it's an autoimmune, whatever it is, because people who who just rely on the standard, hey, it's within range, are not the type of people who are going to give you the kind of care that you need and deserve.
Amen. And that part about making them note it in your chart when you ask them for specific testing and they say no.
Yes.
Make them noted. You're right about that. I
And
want
then and
art.
also also when you know, so for me, I would suggest this too. When they have when they make that note, keep a record for yourself. And if you can, if they're willing to do that, for me, I'm absolutely the person who always requests a copy of my medical record. So as soon as I know it's a significant change, whether I have to do it once a quarter or semi-annually, however, make sure that it reflects everything that I know that I've asked for. Hey, I asked for labs, once a quarter. Hey, I asked for labs once a month. Hey, I asked for this procedure, that procedure, to look into this, to look into that. Make sure that it matches up, because sometimes you'll get doctors who say, "Oh yeah, we'll make a note," and then all of a sudden those notes that you said that you asked for are not in your record.
And most of them are online now. You would get a portal and you can check and whatever. So it's not hard to see that if they noted it or not. They'll make a note. But no, I want it in the chart, the medical chart that I get, that everyone gets to look at when you go to different doctors, because they've managed to link up all of the different doctors, even though they work for the same hospital system. They didn't all use the same computer, charting system. So now it's different. Every doctor who works for that system gets to be in that chart and can see what everybody else is doing, and I love that. So yeah, but definitely you can see if it's in there or not.
Well, Libra Queen, I have to say, first of all, thank you for sharing your personal details with us. And that piece of that was a gem of like that was a I feel like I struck gold because me, a regular degular Joe, did not even know that you could have them like note that they refuse what you
Hmm.
request. I didn't even know you can do that.
Well, then they won't if you don't ask them.
Right.
But
I
if
did
you
not
request it, yeah, yeah, you have to
I
ask.
did not know that.
Yeah, because if they refuse you something, they generally don't chart that, because they don't, covering their asses or whatever. But if you ask them to make sure it's in the chart, that a lot of times you'll get what you ask for. First of all, if you make them note it, they're gonna go in and do it. And if they don't, it's noted. No,
Absolutely.
it is.
I had that happen with I had done research. So I have autoimmune called Hashimoto's, and at the time when I was very symptomatic, I had done research about changing my diet to mostly gluten free. um, and I had requested to see a nutritionist. And at the time, the doctor was like, "Well, I've never heard, gluten impacting Hashimoto's, the thyroid, this, that, and the third, whatever." And initially, he was going to say no to referring me out. And then I guess he like did a little Google search or whatever, and he was like, "Just to cover my bases, I'm gonna send you." So yeah, more times than not, if you ask for it, especially if you're forceful, you don't you speak with authority, they're gonna give you what you need, unless it's something crazy or they don't know.
Right.
They have to make a lot of like steps in order to get you to whatever referral, or send you out somewhere, and it's gonna be a headache on their end. But still have them noted in your record, have them noted in your file, however that happens, and make sure that it's there. um, if there's a denial, and this is not just for just women's health, this is any doctor
Ev-
that you go to see. Yeah.
Everybody, when you think you need something and they deny it, make them chart it. Because
See,
most people, if you have a disease, most educated people have done some research. They're looking it up, how to best, take care of themselves in addition to doctor's visits. So first of all, research any diagnosis you have. And people are like, some doctors are like, people equate Google to having a doctor's degree. No, that we're not diminishing your education, but you're a human. You don't know every damn thing, right? And Google is a really good resource for people who've got what you got. There are boards where people have the same thing and help each other and say what helped them. And if your doctor gets offended by that oh well. But first, do your research, and as long as you're not asking for nothing, stupid, you know, because some people, some people. But if you
Yeah.
ask them for
Mhm.
something reasonable and they say no, make them tell them I want it in my chart that I asked you for this, and you denied it. And most times you'll either get it or it'll get charted, and then you probably have to find another doctor if they persist and not giving you what you think you need.
And
Be
I will also kudos definitely back up absolutely the boards. Shout out to I think it's Reddit, the Reddit threads, because
hmm
when I was going through what I was going through, trying to figure out, wading through my way with my symptoms for Hashimoto's,
hmm
those girls, the girl, faithfully on there. Hey, I experienced this. This helped me. Hey, I experienced that. This helped
Yep.
me. I asked my doctor for this. I asked my doctor for that. Like,
Yep.
you'd be surprised.
Even I, as a
Lots of
nurse,
help.
have used those, in handling my own health problems. Yeah, I know a lot, but I don't know everything. I have a lot of knowledge, more than the average person. And still, I do this as well. This is not just for the layperson, this is for anyone, you know, that wants to know more about what's going on with them. Uh, Sometimes diseases present differently for different people. There, you
Correct.
may be an outlier. It may not be exactly the same as the next person with it, and you need to know these things. If you start experiencing something that you're not just imagining it, yeah, you might be having a symptom that fewer people have, but have the same diagnosis. So, yeah, that's just a smart way to be, about your health. I don't care who you are, from doctor on down to whoever, you know. So don't let them gaslight you, baby. Hey, Moon.
Hey, gorgeous. I am so glad I was able to hear this today, like, cause y'all put me on just like I didn't know. I remember reading what was maybe a year ago where, and Chill, I even remember bringing this to your attention. I'm like, I did not know you could do that. Where, they say that when you get the hospital bill and it seems a bit outrageous for like the time that you were there or something, you
Mm-hmm.
can ask for an itemized
Item.
bill.
Yep.
Yep.
And then most of the time, like after you ask for an itemized bill and they do itemize it, that bill is reduced drastically.
Drastically, or you can contest it. Oh yeah, a lot of times they don't want the smoke. They'll just reduce it. You know, but you gotta speak up, or you'll never know. I mean, I even learned that I know nothing about billing. I mean, we don't even discuss that. Working as a nurse. We don't deal with billing. That's a whole nother department. I learned some things about billing. So yeah.
And from my side as the patient, I absolutely will say, like, if I get labs or if I'm getting a bill or something, um, I always ask them to, if it's something I don't understand, explain to me what this is, right? Because they have generic names for certain medicines. Um, they have complex names for certain things, certain diagnoses, and things of that nature, or associated things of that nature. And I always ask, if I don't understand or if I can't Google it, on the spot or within a couple of days or whatever, ask for a detailed explanation so that I understand what's going on. And if it's something like in the case of medicine or something like that, that I could say, hey, I don't want that. Give me this other option.
hmm
And just to have a kind of like a well-rounded knowledge base, because again, gen- doctors don't know everything, nurses don't know everything.
You're
Shit,
right.
we don't know everything about our own bodies, and you're the one that's living in your body, so
I ask
be
a
your
lot,
first advocate.
especially about medications. When they try to throw meds at you,
Hell yeah.
maybe you can say no. You don't have to take it. If you do your research and you feel like it's something that may not be good for you, talk to your doctor about it. I ain't saying outright just be obstinate, but have conversations. Don't just blindly accept prescriptions and start taking that stuff and compare it to what else you may be on. Sometimes that things slip through the cracks. I mean, you got to be your own advocate if you're able, or someone has to do it for you. Just don't blindly accept everything a doctor tells you. For sure, don't do that. Look up everything, everything.
Y'all heard this is a retired health professional. Y'all better listen to her. I say it all the time. Listen to her.
And a lot of
I
young
believe
Ladies,
people
all
have
that.
things going on. It's just not age related. A lot of young people have chronic diseases, and just do a lot of reading. do a lot of reading, check for others that have it. Like I said, the boards. Quinn gave you her testimony. I've been on them about some diagnosis. I have, just to see, what to expect. It's it's
I
something you need
I
to do.
agree. I
Yeah.
agree with y'all. Hello, everyone. Sorry I'm late.
Hey, Moo.
Auntie, I was up there all in your DMs, and then here I am late, and I'm mad. But
Don't be mad.
but here I am, and again, to add on to that. And if you get a doctor, because I've always had really good doctors, I've never really had, even when I had a major medical situation come up in my life, I've mostly had all good doctors except for one. And she had horrible bedside manner, very dismissive. I gave that lady the deuces. Look here, I don't care if you feel my situation is minimal. I got questions, and I don't need you to downplay my questions because this is new to me. Maybe it ain't new to you, but it's new to me. And as soon as she got dismissive, all right, baby, good luck with you. I'm out. I'm gonna go find me another doctor. Never stay with these people, especially if somebody treating you bad, or dismissing you, or whatever. If it's not that big of a deal, what that their job is to listen to you, answer your questions, no matter
Mhm.
how big or how small.
And tell you why it's not a big deal. Don't just say, "Oh, that's not a big deal. You're fine."
Yeah, yeah.
Explain to me why it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I
Ex-
fired her ass so damn quick. Please believe
you did the right
she
thing.
had to go. She had to go.
Yeah, you did the
I
right.
also will also put my little 2 cents again and say that um so in my case, like finding doctors that near me, I'm definitely big on if you find a good doctor, especially a specialist, and you happen to be on these boards, like uh uh leave a recommendation for those doctors because it helps the path of people coming behind you,
Yep.
so that they don't have to go through the bad doctors who don't know what they're doing and start from zero from one doctor to the next. It
Right.
helps them, kind of streamline their process. So I will always tell anyone, wherever you're at, whatever you're dealing with, when it comes to doctors, if you have a really good experience, especially as Black women, if you have a good experience with a doctor, to try to, if you can write a review, if they got a page, you can write a review. If you're on a, little blog site or a little Reddit
Yep.
thread,
Yep.
write a review, let people know your experience so that they can know, hey, this is the type of person that I need, that I can trust with having a knowledge base and being open to uh, finding out what's going with, or working with me to figure out what's going on with me.
Good tip. Good tip. I like that one. And that's a really good one because a lot of people do ask. I need a good doctor for this or that, and yeah, that's very helpful.
Ladies, I thank y'all for this conversation. Like me, even learning for some stuff myself. Well, first of all, as an advocate for Black women, y'all know I definitely like that. I know it's a lot of Black women who listen to this show, so I think y'all are going to help them more than y'all can even imagine. The stuff that and I'm a pretty smart bitch. Let me just toot my own horn for a minute. I'm a smart
Okay, toot
bitch.
toot.
And even I didn't like some of this stuff because I guess you don't know what you don't know, and I didn't know that you like could do any of this. Like, as a regular degular bitch, honey, I'm sitting here thinking like, who am I to question this person that I went through years of school
Mm,
and not realizing that they went through years of school, so maybe some things slip through the cracks. So
But
I
maybe
know
you've
my
been
own
years in
body.
that body. Exactly.
Right. I
yeah.
know my own body and speak up for yourself. I think we need to more people, especially more Black people need to hear that, especially in the realm of medical racism.
Yes,
So
we do.
They don't know your body as well as you know your body. And if you think something is wrong, you be adamant. You fight hard as much as y'all fight hard for these raggedy ass. Never mind. I digress. But anyways, fight for yourself. If you feel like something is wrong, don't let them people play in your face.
Mhm.
Oh,
Right, because they
that
are
could
expert.
be your death. That could be
Right,
your death.
because they have the knowledge base of whatever they're expert in, but you're an expert in yourself. Period.
Yep. Especially if they're young. and don't have years of experience. I try to avoid them, but sometimes I can't. But I have one really young doctor, and I be looking at her with a side eye. I be like, what, huh? You want me to do what? And why? Why you want me to do that? Oh, uh-huh. Okay.
They need that rigorous they need to be run through the mill so they can become seasoned and better
Mm-hmm.
than what they are. And if they old and stuck in their ways, you run them through
Yeah,
the
that
mill.
too. I let them know. I'm like, I'm a medical professional. I'm gonna tell you that right off the bat. So you can't just tell me anything, and I'm gonna swallow it. So now
Hmm.
I have questions. You got to explain it to me like I'm five. You can use medical terms, but I want to know what you're talking about. Most times I already know, but you know what I'm saying. You can't just tell me anything or give me anything, and I'm just gonna go
Mhm.
along with it. I want an explanation. What if I don't do that? Not what if I do that. What if I don't do that? You know, that's an important question. What if I don't take that medicine? What if I don't do this procedure? You know, don't always assume that what they recommend is absolutely necessary. Because a lot of times they just feeding the insurance machine. You know what I'm saying? They feeding
Mhm.
the the payment system. And I hate to say that, but a lot of times that's what it is. Get the most out of it that you can. The question
Correct.
is, what if I don't do that? What
Hmm.
can I expect? What'll happen?
Shout out
So
to you, ladies. So look, I feel like I got something in common with Lloyd Harvey. She said that doctor changed her life. Y'all literally just changed my life. I didn't know over half of this shit that y'all just went over. Well, one, thank y'all for sharing y'all stories too. Honestly,
yeah, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to your health. And if you don't ask questions, doctors will take advantage of that. They'll be, oh, you need this test.
Knowledge
Yeah.
is power for you.
Hmm.
When you don't have knowledge, that's power. You giving power to someone else.
Yeah.
Hello, wake it up.
Mhm.
Take control of it, honey. I mean, my
and
dad
on.
was going through
Oh,
so
sorry,
many.
brother.
My dad was going to so many doctors when I took over his care. Oh my God, he was at the damn VA every other week. I'm like, God damn,
Mhm.
a whole box of medicine, just like, what's going on here? you know. And this is
Mhm.
what often happens to the especially to the elderly. You see 8 different doctors. They all give you these prescriptions. No, when you're seeing 20 patients a day, I mean, you got to realize there's only so much time on a 24-hour clock, right? You can only spend so much time with each patient. You're not gonna spend an hour with each patient, right? There's no way you could physically even do that. So you're making this prescription. These doctors have these prescriptions. This other doctor has it. You have got to pay attention, and that's one thing. My dad would go to the doctor, but he wouldn't necessarily do everything or take everything that they gave him. He was not a very educated man in a lot of ways, but you couldn't just give him anything. it's, he did look out for his health. A lot of those medicines they gave him, he didn't take. And I went over them with him, and we decided basically, what was very necessary, and he just had boxes of drugs he wasn't even taking. So
Jeez
even
Louise.
he did a lot to advocate for himself. You know, he would
Mhm.
read up on those medicines. He would read those inserts that come in the box with the, you got to read that stuff. Don't just take that medicine. Read that stuff and know what to expect, especially if you're going to have side effects. You got to read that. No way a doctor could go over all of that with you. You got
Yeah.
to read.
Mhm. You got to read. And I heard how when you was making your point, you got to. I heard I don't know if you was hitting the table with a pen or something, but I
You
heard it,
got.
honey.
I'm hitting the couch. You got to read.
I love it. And on this very platform, on the Chat Mosa platform, there's actually a podcast that's between doctors and friends. I would highly recommend it. I'm not I've only got to hear one show, but what I did hear, which seems like it was very informative and very informative for women, especially. Like they had one. where I remember hearing about like doctors don't really care, like if you, because a lot of women get self conscious about like if they were shaved down there and stuff like that. But an actual doctor said, "Child, we ain't thinking about none of that. We just trying to worry about is that pussy okay. We ain't trying to see if it's hairy or not."
Look
They didn't
here,
say it like
shut
that.
up, Auntie. I was so mad because I went to go see my lady doctor, and when I was in the shower, I was, oh shit, let me clean this up. But me and her, we already have a 13-year relationship. So
Wow.
she's seen it from the Rudy to the Tootie. And she gave birth to my help me. Well, I gave birth, but she assisted in my birth of my
Hmm.
child. So she's seen it when it was in all its glory and when it was tattered and she had to sew it back up and help it again. But you know what? But when I was in there, I said, oh no, let me clean this up so she can get through and see.
They don't care about that.
I know, but I
They don't care
cared.
about it. Yeah, we see
I
your
cared.
ass, we see your breasts, we see your coochie, we see, baby, look at here.
Outside of my man, look, she can. I don't care what she sees. She done seen it all. She's seen the human come out of my. We are really personal, and
You done seen a
I
bunch
love
of them.
her.
A
I
bunch.
love her though. She is the best GYN I have ever had. She is wonderful.
Yeah, they don't care.
Shout out to her. Shout out to Dr. Johnson. She is
Ow.
that. She is that bitch.
Well, I already
But you
know
know
she that
what?
bitch, honey, with that last name alone.
Dr. John,
And that's so funny you said that because I was in the shower like, oh Lord, let me clean her up. Let me clean her up before
child,
she go see her girl.
yeah.
That's hilarious.
Be like, honey, the regular Joe is thinking, shit, I don't want this doctor to see this hairy coochie. And the whole time the doctor thinking, well, is this hairy coochie healthy? We don't catch it
Yes.
like
Right.
that. So,
Worried about the
And we
wrong.
all good over here. The health checks out. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
They done had their fingers all up in there everywhere.
Oh,
You
let me tell
child,
you, she
please.
Ooh,
has
sounds fun.
she has she has been all up in here outside of my partner. Yeah, yeah, she's seen it. She's seen more because she actually can look at the cervix.
I think men have a bigger problem with women, especially when it comes to getting, like the prostate exam.
Oh, they're so
That,
self-conscious. You know that
they're very,
homophobia
yeah, that homophobia is deep,
that
honey.
be killing them. The homophobia be literally killing them.
Child,
Literally.
So you just ain't gonna have nobody check the prostate that you need to get checked because well now you're gonna be dying of cancer. Hey, that's your
mm,
choice. Don't nobody care about your little butthole,
nobody.
child.
My man cares about mine. Let me stop.
Well, that's different. That's different.
Look, they done seen the unwashed ones, the washed ones. Look, they done
Look
been through.
here.
Oh, look here, they look.
When I worked in a doctor's office, and this was a primary care, and I didn't even know this had happened at the time. So this is in my 20s. I did not know people would forget that they have a tampon inside of them
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and be up in, honey, I didn't even know that was, I just, because to me it was like common sense, like, duh, like, get it out. Like, you one after another. How do you forget that? How do you forget you were bleeding?
You
Like,
you forget.
I don't,
Mhm.
to me, I'm like, how did you forget? There's a whole process. You're bleeding, you're cramp, maybe you have, I don't know. I ain't even trying to figure it out. But when I tell you, the people who have come up in there with a tampon that's been in their body for weeks,
Forgot all about it.
I'm sorry, weeks,
bitch,
you say? Like,
mm,
multiple instances of a period of over
yes,
7 days?
yes, yes, yes.
Oh.
Sometimes your
When I
partner,
tell you,
the doctor
say
find.
it too.
I say sometimes your partner find it if they putting their fingers in there, or
Mm,
the
I,
doctor
the
finds it.
smell, the smell that cometh from your body.
I
Mm,
wish y'all
mm.
could see my face right now. Like, my mouth is to the floor right now. I'm sorry,
Well, hell,
what?
so was mine. And that patient came in there, and when everybody, when she left, the nurses was trying to spray down that damn. Oh,
Yeah, that odor is off the chain.
it is a dead
Oh
body. It's a
my
dead body.
God.
It's a dead body.
It happens.
Multiple dead fishes. Multiple. A whole caseload.
I think it probably happens like toward the end of your period, and you just get distracted, and you may have thought you took it out, and it's
Yeah.
you're not the string. Just you don't feel it, or it's up in
No,
you, and
you
you
can. Yeah, the string can get tucked in the corners and
yeah,
do.
it
Yeah,
do,
yeah.
and you just lose track of when you took it out, and it happens.
It does happen, but it is not nice. It is
No, it
not.
ain't cute.
It doesn't sound nice or cute. It
So
sounds
yeah,
devastating.
yeah. So they've seen people.
At
They've
their
seen
worst.
that. That yeah, they've seen people that don't wash their ass, but you got to go in there. Oh God, Jesus.
Yeah.
God bless them.
And you know what? And y'all just kind of proved the point that them doctors were making on the Doctors and Friend podcast. Because I'm sure them doctors in there, they ain't caring nothing about that stinking ass shit that these people got going on. We
They
just trying
do, but they
to.
got to be professional. It hurts them just as much as it's hurting the rest of us. They just
Yeah.
have to keep it together. I
It
don't get
doesn't.
paid enough to keep it together.
It doesn't stop them from doing their job. I mean, yeah, they've seen a lot. They've smelled a lot. They've done a lot. It just we're humans, and they deal with that. But their primary job is to check you out and make sure you're healthy, and that's really all it is to it. I'm sure in private they probably discuss. Girl, I had this patient who. No,
Oh hell yeah!
yeah, they're
Girl,
not.
she had me like, who ordered Long John Silver for lunch today, girl? It smelled like fish all through this office.
And
And
not even the good fish. No, it's the rankest of the rank. The Who let a case of fish in the sun or the
Oh,
100-degree
God.
weather? Could you imagine? But also, ER doctors have it just as bad. People come in there
yeah,
with all kinds of people have tried to stick things where things don't belong and get stuck.
No, girl, that happens a lot in the gay community, believe it or not.
yeah.
Yes, no, that's where that's where I
The
was leading you.
homeless, the homeless come in. They need help. Some kind of health care. They don't
Oof.
smell the greatest. I mean, you just a professional. You're dealing with human beings, and it's all kinds in the world. And everybody ain't
Mm-mm,
gonna come in freshly washed and you know
mm-mm.
all looking all groomed and everything. I mean, you
Yeah,
deal
because
with it.
people poop and pee and shit on themselves, and
All of that.
all them things
Mhm.
happen, when people die, their body stuff releases. It's a lot.
We definitely digressing.
Yeah, we are digressing. I
Okay.
just,
Okay.
yeah, reel it back in. Let's reel it back in,
Let's reel it
cause
in. Reel it in. Next story.
And the next story actually is goes hand in hand with this one because we're still going to be talking about the Harvey family. Now, before I
oh,
start the story though, I just want to kind of ask y'all, as parents or with experience with your parents, like if y'all date somebody and they happen to,
oh,
get a close relationship with your parents, they form a relationship of their own. But if y'all break up, do you feel that it's the parents' responsibility to not talk to that person anymore?
well, I feel like what type of breakup was it? Was it a
Right.
hard break? Like, did they do you wrong? And then if they did you wrong, then I can't be friends with you. If it was just an amicable, this ain't gonna work, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna hit you up, but I ain't gonna be mean to you.
Okay, I love that. I look. Go ahead, Libra Queen.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. I had an amicable breakup, but this man is low key just like my family. But let me just tell you about how my mama be like, "Yeah, that's her son, ma'am. I'm your daughter. You don't have no son, okay? I'm your daughter. You don't have no son. We was not married. Re fucking legs, okay? Re fucking legs. Oh, I gotta
See,
check on
now
him and
that's
see
why I
how he
wouldn't be that
doing.
far.
Ain't no
Yeah.
re fucking legs. Oh, when y'all should just get back together and get married, please, ma'am. Please be
Well,
BFFR.
Yeah. Miss me with all that. But if it's
Right,
and
but
somebody
look,
you was close to, and y'all broke up amicably, like you say, in a long term relationship, not even married, but someone who became close to the family, I wouldn't have a problem with it. If the parents were still friendly and they came, around for whatever family
yeah,
gatherings, stuff
just
like
know, just keep the line of engagement, right? The line of relationship in place, right? Don't replace me, okay?
well, and
I'm your blood.
I
I'm what
wouldn't even. Yeah, no, you got a point. I wouldn't, and some parents have been known to invite the ex that they like during when the child brings their other new boyfriend or girlfriend. That's messy. Now that's just nasty work. I would not do that.
What I would think, I would hope they would ask, like, if you're gonna bring
Well,
someone new that you're dating,
uh,
before they
I
invite.
still would invite, even though I like you. I'm not gonna invite you. Now I may sneak you a plate,
Not
but you
right.
can't come. I ain't gonna just you ain't gonna just make my child feel uncomfortable. But yeah,
Well, Lori Harvey's daddy, he don't agree with either of y'all, honey.
I know. He said because you the ex. We all the ex.
He said my daughter, her exes are my exes, honey. He has
I
made that
know.
very clear. So he was actually just talking to the that group of guys, that sports ball podcast with that fine ass Ryan Clark on it. Ooh, that is a fine,
Oh,
but he married, so let me just kind of bring it back a little bit. But still, he was actually talking. He told them that he there was a game that they were in. He saw one of her exes. They shook hands. She scolded him, and now he like, nah, now any moving forward, any one of her exes, nah, that's my ex too. I don't want
he
no
said I
smoke.
can't even be nice. I can't
You,
even be nice to
you
you. She
what?
said
He
I
can't
can't.
shake hands. What the? Oh, come on now.
Well, let's see him talk about it, and watch
Mm.
that fine ass Ryan Clark.
Oh Lord.
Lori has obviously dated famously. How difficult has it been to see Lori date now?
It's hard, man. I ain't gonna lie, it's hard. I've had to swallow some things, you know. I gotta be real careful because Lori, boy, she be in my ass. I can't make no mistakes. I can't make sense. I saw one of her exes somewhere at a game somewhere, and I shook his hand. Boy, I can't even touch his ass no more. I better not acknowledge him or look at him or nothing no more. So I'm off limits. If you are ex, your ass is my ex too. That's the rule. In any boy that's an ex, he's now my ex too. I must hate him like we was dating. That's it's been hard, man, because her life has had to be played out in the public eye. People don't understand when, like you understand, you have attractive daughter that's in the light. It'll attract a certain
Demographic of men.
yeah, certain cat, man. And cats that's got more know that they got more to offer. So it's been difficult, man, watching her. But she's very smart. And everything they say online, I know is never true. I hate it for her. But I think she's figuring it out now.
I have to start off by saying I just love the way he talks about his daughter. Like that was just so like you could tell he kind of said some of that in jest, but it was fun to watch. And he said, I understand like why she's the way she is and why she scolded me that way because her she's in the public. They make up so much shit about her, talking about like she a hoe and all that just because she dated multiple guys. And it was the stuff that they used to say about Lori Harvey on the blogs was
It's
deplorable.
terrible. It was terrible. I mean, she's a 20-some-year-old. She's gonna date the rest of and the way people on the other who aren't celebrities just judge her. I'm like, y'all out here doing the exact same thing. The only difference
And worse.
is that you ain't on a national platform. You don't have paparazzi chasing you or trying to find out and be in your business. And so
Mhm.
I was like, when I was 20, I was dating. I dated multiple people. I was going out on dates
I think it's
regularly.
so that you can't shake a person's hand that you know that even
Oh,
they're exes. It ain't like you invited them to the house. You saw him in public and you shook the
I
man's
know.
hand. I mean, damn, come on now. I think
Yeah, I
that's
don't know
what.
what brought that, and I don't know who that ex is. So it might have been where she didn't. They didn't have an amicable breakup, and she like,
Mhm.
don't speak to him. Mm-mm,
It was
mm-mm.
probably his twin, Michael B. Jordan.
Hey. Now, why I gotta be Michael?
You know them
That's what
niggas.
I was gonna say because I feel like I remember something like that being public,
Mhm.
but
And I
You
can see her being, I mean, him being cool with Michael B. Jordan, of course. But yeah,
exactly, honey. And both of them niggas look alike. Look like dogs in the face, just like look like pit bulls in the face, honey.
damn. Why? I know you fucking lying. I
They
know
they
not
do it.
your loving 50 Cent ass, and you got the nerve. I know you fucking lying.
I have never.
Pull
The
off
only
of this
time
one.
that I ever thought Michael B. Jordan was attractive, even a little bit, was when he played Killmonger in Black
Yeah,
Panther. But other
because
than
he was
that,
like a bad boy, and you was like, okay, I can get with
I was like,
that.
yes,
Hey,
honey.
Auntie.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you know what? In Sinners, he looked when he was playing Smoking Stack in Sinners, he looked pretty good in there too. But for the most
He's
part,
getting, he's growing into his looks. He's growing into his looks. Really, he is.
no, he's just getting more facial hair so he can hide it. That's all it
You
is.
know what? And then 50 Cent don't have none, and we got to see all that whole face all the
I
time.
listen. I know my man is ugly.
Well, then you know what? Then you can't talk about nobody else. He ain't that damn bad. Shit, the hell. And I don't even like. I mean, I like Michael B. Jordan, but I don't even, you know. But I'm like, but you ain't gonna cut him, and you got that whole ugly thing in your arsenal.
Look, I love
Mm-mm.
him as an actor, honey, but I remember when people was thirsting for him bad. I'm like, oh, I must be missing something because I just don't see it.
You know, Auntie don't like cute men. You already know.
You know, and I think you're right. I think there is something to that.
That is, and so your cute is ugly, and our cute is ugly to you, and our
Yeah.
ugly is cute to you, and that's weird.
Right.
Happy opposite day. Well, this next story. So thank you, Chill, for bringing this story to my attention. But the iconic Ben and Jerry's, honey, looks like yeah, it looks like it's just going to be shortened to Ben's if
No,
they
it
still stay in business.
can't. I
Hmm.
can't. It
And with
cannot.
good reason, honey, because they when I tell you they tried it, and you first of all, you know, when it comes to Ben and Jerry's, like they are always speaking out on injustices and have done so
Yes.
for like a very long time.
That's why
So,
this sounds so crazy.
well, not when you think about like who or when you know who Ben and Jerry's are when they who they are and what they stand for. This actually isn't surprising at all because you know
No, I
they.
meant for the company to try and silence them. That's why I'm
Oh,
like, that's crazy.
yep. So y'all see, I just shared the tweet from Ben Cohen himself, the Ben from Ben and Jerry's, and he pretty much shared this statement from Jerry, and I'm gonna read it for so Ben he captions the photo. After 47 years, Jerry has made the difficult decision to step down from the company we built together, sharing his words as he resigns from Ben and Jerry's. His legacy deserves to be true to our values, not silenced by Magnum Global and hashtag free Ben and Jerry's. So Jerry's statement says, to the Ben and Jerry's community, it's with a broken heart that I've decided that I can no longer, in good conscience, after 47 years, remain an employee of Ben and Jerry's. I'm resigning from the company Ben and I started back in 1978. This is one of the hardest and most painful decisions I've ever made. This isn't because I've lost my love for the people at Ben and Jerry's. Quite the opposite. The folks who show up every day in our factories, scoop shops, and offices are some of the most passionate, caring, and values driven people you'll ever meet. They are the soul of Ben and Jerry's. What has made their work so important to me and what allowed the company to be more than just an ice cream company was the independence to pursue our values, which was guaranteed when Unilever bought the company. For more than 20 years under their ownership, Ben and Jerry stood up and spoke out in support of peace, justice, and human rights. And human rights, not as abstract concepts, but in relation to real events happening in our world. That independence existed in no small part because of the unique merger agreement between Ben and I negotiated with Unilever, one that enshrined our social mission and values in the company's governance structure in perpetuity. It's profoundly disappointing to come to the conclusion that that independence, the very basis of our sale to Unilever, is gone. And it's happening at a time when our country's current administration is attacking civil rights, voting rights, the rights of immigrants, women, and the LGBTQ community. Standing up for the values of justice, equity, and our shared humanity has never been more important. And yet, Ben and Jerry's has been silenced, sidelined for fear of upsetting those in power. It's easy to stand up and speak out when there's nothing at risk. The real test of values is when times are challenging and you have something to lose. Love, equity, and justice. They're part of who Ben and I are, and they've always been the true foundation of Ben and Jerry's. From the very beginning, Ben and I believed that our value and the pursuit of justice were more important than the company itself. If the company couldn't stand up for things we believe, then it wasn't worth being a company at all. It's always about more than just ice cream. It's a way to spread love, invite others into the fight for equity, justice, and a better world. Coming to the conclusion that this is no longer possible at Ben and Jerry's means I can no longer remain part of Ben and Jerry's. If I can't carry those values forward inside the company today, then I will carry them forward outside with all the love and conviction I can. With love, Jerry. Baby, I have to say, he ate that. He
Hmm.
ate that, honey.
I hate that when companies buy other companies, and you knew what you were buying. You knew these men were activists. You knew that they like, and then for you to try and stifle that, it's
It sounds like it was intentional, quiet as it kept.
I mean, it probably is. It's probably, you know what? Let me calm down. There's probably some opposite thinking type people in that company that run it. Um, yeah. So,
Child, that because like I said earlier, Ben and Jerry's, honey, they are known. Anytime they see some injustice going out, they are usually the first ones from a company making a statement like, "Oh, this is met." I'm paraphrasing because they've never said, "Oh, this is fucked up," like to the public, but they were pretty much what they say will make it clear that they believe that what's going on is fucked up. They always speak out about injustices, whether it be black people, women, the LGBTQ community. They Ben and Jerry's, baby, they are real ones. And just like Moon said, it's just really sad and disappointing to see that they were silent. But I think that's what happened. Unilever, by way of Magnum, from what it looks like, probably somebody in who up there with the power said these motherfuckers been talking too much over the years, honey. We got to shut this down. And they came in, used their money, and shut it down. So that's that on that, child. I mean, I just hate it. Is it effective immediately? Yeah, I guess it's effective. So that mean I was gonna maybe go buy like one more thing of Cherry Garcia before it all goes to shit.
well, you
So,
might as well still go get your one last pint and enjoy it on the way out. Say sayonara. See you later.
mhm. Oh, that nasty ass creme brulee flavor, honey. Oh, I'm still. I tried that ice cream, the creme brulee flavor, like maybe 15 years ago. That taste is still in my mouth. I cannot get it out my mouth.
You seared in your brain.
Oh my god, it's awful. All right, well. This next story, honey, and I really don't want to talk about it, but it's just because it's so stupid, and both people involved in it are stupid and child. But Dave Blunt's, y'all know that man who
Yeah.
looked like he's one Eminem away from a heart attack.
Jabba the Hutt.
Wait, is that big,
Mhm.
crazy, funny acting man that's like morbidly obese that should be
Yeah.
on a
He did
600-pound
very
life?
same.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay. Oh, we not talking about anything health wise. He ain't passed. Oh, okay.
Oh, no, he didn't. But what he did do, he
Ooh,
accused Kanye West of grooming him into becoming
I
a
just,
Nazi, and he's
Oh.
talking about it in a new diss track.
Oh.
Lord, we are. Auntie, if you could ever find the porthole to get us out of this upside down universe, I need you to find this. Hurry. I am tired of being here. This is not okay.
Girl, you and me both. And it says the issues between Dave Blunt and Kanye West were apparently more serious than we thought. The now former songwriter for the controversial Chicago rapper has just released a very detailed and explicit diss track aimed at him. And y'all, I had a chance to listen to about 30 seconds of the diss track, and mm-mm,
Mm-mm.
mm-mm,
You need
mm-mm.
your 30 seconds back. You
I
need
needed
you need that.
that, honey. That was a whole waste of 30 seconds of my life, honey.
Ooh, damn.
But there's a lot of attention grabbing bars throughout it, but the most eye raising ones have to do with Dave Blunt's accusing Kanye of grooming him, particularly into becoming a Nazi and supporting his anti-Semitic beliefs. Kanye West, he made me diss the Jews. Blunt's began. Bitch, I'm speaking out. This is my truth. I'm so sick and tired of being groomed. He claims that Kanye gave him a healthy sum of money, even though he didn't want the handout to begin with. Later, the Iowa native claims that the bully MC switched up on him at some point and then launches into the shocking cousins track. If you remember, Kanye West claimed he was sexually involved with a relative, giving him fellatio. Blunt's turned that admission against his now enemy, saying, I'm not your cousin. You can't top me. I'm putting this shit to rest. Hell no, I don't support incest. Two cousins should not have sex. Two cousins should not 69. The lyrics get even more graphic from there. So if you want to hear them, there's a link in this article. I'm sure y'all ain't gonna hear that, listen to this shit.
Mm-mm.
But while this is an explosive diss for Kanye, Dave also uses this song to apologize for his contributions to spreading Jewish hate. On the chorus, he repeatedly says, never meant to be that type of dude. This arrives after Blunt's revealed to his fans that he was no longer working with Kanye last week. On an Instagram story, he said, stop asking me about Ye music. I don't work with dude anymore. I'm on my own path. More context leaked in the form of a text chain between the collaborators. Yay, I myself can no longer continue to work on this album. I'm going on my own journey and it does not align with what you want me to do. I appreciate the opportunity, but respectfully, I'm out. He said regarding In a Perfect World, one of Ye's rumored albums. Kanye hit back. Okay, thank you. What are the parts that didn't align? Dave, you are very lost. Please find God.
Oh hell no.
I really, before we even got this far, I really wanted Kanye to get back on his medication because he is his poor mama. She is, I know she is rolling over and just weeping because this baby is just, he is gone.
The irony
Mhm.
of calling someone else lost. I'm just.
Mm, 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 mm,
And
mm.
tell them they need God. Like, boy, that.
He has literally been in a manic state for how many years now? When was it when he started going left?
There's a new
Oh,
documentary out on him too.
Well, well.
yeah,
Some
I'm
Um,
like,
some
them documentaries, them quick
the,
little
the
money
Ye.
grabs.
I don't know if it's on Netflix or whatever. I just saw this one out there. Whatever. I won't be watching it.
Yeah, I
yeah.
think when he had that meltdown from the concert, whenever that was like the beginning of the end right there. And then, then and see, now he got me up here. I hate defending white women. Oh my God. Then he was berating his ex-wife. That's all I'm gonna say about that. And just terrible, just terrible. And he has not been well since. And I just hate that.
Mhm. As far as I'm concerned, Kanye West can burn in hell, honey. Once
Yeah.
he said what he said about slavery, that was it for me.
Yeah, yeah. Once he started going there and that Trump stuff, I was like, well, there is nothing. And I just hoped, maybe he would get back on his medication. It could, get him back in a mental state. But when you're this far out from your medication, you're just in a constant state of mania. It's not good. It's not good at all.
Mm-mm. Well, let's talk about something that's good. For Drag Race fans, Monet
Uh-oh.
Exchange is engaged.
Oh,
But I'm sharing this though because there's already a lot of discourse about the Drag Race girls and how most of them have white partners.
oh, yes, I've heard that. Hmm.
Well, Monet honey is, keeping that same, like keeping it on brand, honey.
Oh,
So
okay.
what I just shared this link because it's a Facebook, it's Monet's Facebook that's I'm sharing it so it looks like just a link when y'all see it on the
Yeah.
Jumbotron.
Hmm.
But I'm gonna share my screen so we can look at the pictures together, honey.
Okay.
And if
Do
you
we
know
have?
about the Drag Race girls,
Do
look
we
at
have?
Well,
them.
to?
well, the community, they definitely have a lot of interracial situations.
Well,
Hmm.
yes, and remember, I was telling y'all, like, when it was happening, there was a space, honey. I was up at like it had to been like maybe 5 o'clock in the morning. I said, "This is how the Lord knows I love mess," because I was just, I was in my good god darn sleep, honey. I was out, her mouth open, leg off to the side of the bed, and something just said, "Derek, wake up." So I woke up, used the bathroom. And like me, so I like to check Twitter in the middle of the night just to make sure the world didn't end. So when I checked Twitter, and I saw that there was a space open talking about, drag race discourse. Baby, this space was going on for hours. I mean, like 12 hours. And it was
Oh.
pretty much like the main queen, like Bob the drag queen, Monet Exchange. They were pretty much talking about like because their podcast clip resurfaced from their podcast talking about how they were in race play. They were in the race play, and sometimes they would wouldn't mind letting their white partners call them the N word and shit like that.
Okay, that's too far. That's too
Yeah, so that was a whole thing. So then somebody woke it up. The colorist page, they woke it up that a lot of the black girls from the
far. Uh-huh.
drag race series have white partners. And in fact, that is very true. The only ones I know that went public with their relationship and has a black partner is Jada Essence Hall. Every other than black girls, they all either we've engaged to a white man or partnered with a white man. So
Mm.
a lot of them were in that space pretty much trying to defend their love for white men. Was like, well, does that mean that I'm automatically anti-black if I'm with the white person? Like it was a mess, honey. But congratulations,
Well,
Monet.
well, when what you call it, admit it, and she should have kept that to herself. Admitted that she had a white
MAGA
boyfriend partner.
boyfriend.
Huh?
No, a MAGA boyfriend, no less.
Oh God.
Mega cop boyfriend, yep.
I was like, okay. It just now, and I know sometimes I feel like, who am I to talk, because I did have an interracial relationship which produced a child, and so yes, but I no, no. Well, first of all, there would never be no race. Like, okay, it's one thing if you fall in love with somebody. I get it, because sometimes you can't help it. People are people, blah blah blah. But when you go into, oh, we're sexually race playing, that's weird. You taking pictures and y'all are doing slave master type, that's weird.
Mhm.
You date, you are trans woman dating a MAGA, like my brain just explodes. Like what? What?
Mhm.
What are we doing? Even black cis black women that are with racist white men. What? Why?
Mhm.
What?
And poor Candace Owen, honey, with her her
Well,
her
she's,
side dick done her piece of probably her favorite piece of white side dick, honey, allegedly, is now worm food. So
and wait a minute. That video, this is a side mission because since you brought it up, there was a video of that man, her, in a car driving somewhere singing R. Kelly.
mhm.
I could have just banged my head up against the wall. What the fuck is going on here? This is the most okay shit I've seen in a long time.
Not
Okay?
okay.
This is not okay.
And they
What?
probably had R. Kelly in the background while they were fucking, allegedly.
Oh God. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Why did this even happen? Why did this even transpire? I'm like, he literally said black women don't have the brain capacity and they have to still and then y'all singing
But they good enough
just
to fuck, honey. I mean, the
Mhm.
white
oh,
slave masters fuck the slaves, so they not
let
all
me tell
bad.
you, if
Coochie
my
is
son's
coochie.
father would have even given off an inkling of that, I probably would have beat his ass and then
Mhm.
walked away. Like, no, how are y'all okay with being disrespect? I'm just so, it's so frustrating.
So that, and
I
I've been
try.
open about my my preference in like the BDSM space. I tend to be on the side of like I like degradation, but when it I've
That's a line that you're not gonna do.
and not absolutely not, hun. And I've dated interracially, but when it comes to when I had the white partners, absolutely not, baby. We are not. This is for the niggas only, baby. No whites
Yeah.
allowed when it comes to that in this bedroom. Cause y'all
Yeah,
don't know how to not cross boundaries.
yeah, I'm not. You know, my
No.
relationship with my son's father, and granted, it was in a time where we weren't in a racially heated
Right.
time, thank God. And so, but I mean, he just it one he never there was never like disrespect or like gave off any inkling that he was not aligned with you know
He
left
didn't ever
views and
ask for
things
no
like that.
race play. Nothing like that.
I would have punched him in his face. Oh God, no. Oh God, no.
we,
Because I just
we we can't play like that.
mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. I was already in shock that I was dating someone that was white in general. So that was just already there. But no, no. I just don't understand how people could just lower themselves to like I just it doesn't.
Mhm. Girl, low racial self-esteem, honey, and we see there's a lot of it out here. Look at who's defending Charlie Kirk.
Right.
Mm. Did y'all see that church? Did y'all see that? It looked like a parody.
I no, I didn't see. Uh-uh.
I think did I put it in our back channel? Because there was a whole church of black folks in flag paraphernalia draped and like talking about praise. Oh God, it looked like a parody. Like y'all can't even be fucking for real right now. Is that
Oh,
real? Because that
oh,
don't even look real.
they are very for real, and let me tell you how I know they for real, honey. But I ain't even seen the picture, but I remember. Do y'all remember when Chick-fil-A was in the news for
Mhm.
being very anti-gay and stuff like that?
Right.
There was a photo, and I will never forget it, honey. There was a photo of a bunch of members in a black church, and they were all just smiling, holding up Chick-fil-A sandwiches. Like, like that is not. If they can discriminate that way, then they can discriminate the other way. Like it's all the same to me. Well, even though white people still have the systemic racism to back them up, but hey, I'm not surprised by anything that the church does because I was raised up in it, and I was on the receiving end of that discrimination for years. So there were a lot of things that I internalized, and a lot of things that I had to unlearn as an adult. So I'm not surprised by yes, I actually expect people of that black Christian community to post video anything that looks like you're going against like gay people and stuff like that is going to they're going to align with it, whether it's white supremacy or not.
I'm
I've
about to
learned that at
send
an
it to
early
you. Hold
age.
on, because
The
I
gagger
tribute
is some of them holding up that sandwich is probably in the closet. That's what gagging
a
Hmm.
means.
tribute to Charlie Kirk from the church that is fearless and standing with this nation.
Yeah.
These niggas look like a fucking parody. I'm about to put it in the Chanel.
Yeah. Oh,
I
you
didn't
can share it
wanna.
on the jumbotron and hit. Can you do that?
Okay, hold on. Because when I be trying to, sometimes I be kicking myself out the damn space trying to do so. Hold on, let me go look. Let me see if I can do it. If I kick myself out, I'm just going to go get the link for it. So give me
Okay.
a second.
Yes, honey. I'm not, honey. And this is why a lot of people say, like, oh, this is not the Christianity. I can't believe it. And I'm like, and I was like, well, I got some news for y'all because based off of my experience, and I don't know why y'all keep thinking this is not the Christianity. This to me, that's like saying almost because you know how like all this racist shit that's been happening for over the years, honey. But you see a whole bunch of white people like when Trump does something, and then a bunch of white people are quick to say, "Oh, damn, my baby done got kicked out. She was right." But you know how like the white races will say things like, "Oh, this is not the America that I know. This is not the America that I remember." And well, the black people like, "Well, bitch, this has always been that America." That's exactly how I feel about the black church, honey. They have always been discriminatory against me. This is the same group of people who told a
Oh,
6-year-old feminine boy that he had a demon inside of him.
always.
So I listen, I
And there's so many gay people in the church, it's not even funny.
hmm.
I'm so tired of people saying this is not and our better angels. And I am so sick, and that's white people. I'm so sick of them saying that. No, this is exactly who this country is. This is it. We've been
And,
fighting against it for eons, but this is exactly who the country is and who runs the country.
and they're wearing red hats
Oh,
Girl.
oh, and they got on MAGA hats, so girl, I rest my case.
Look at it. It looked like a parody. It looked like a parody. I said, "Are we sure this ain't Dave Chappelle just making a joke?" Because I know you wasn't lying.
Mm-mm.
Mhm. And that's why I am not surprised. And that's kind of why like I put my that post on Facebook the other day. I'm like, a lot of things wouldn't surprise y'all if y'all would just listen to the black queer people in your lives. Because I say I actually
Mhm.
expect them to do exactly this.
I mean, I know, but just to see it, it's just still so.
Looks like a small church for sure.
Yeah, oh
Hmm.
God. But and I'm sure it's down south somewhere, probably Mississippi. Then people don't know they free. These are massive said,
Probably in North Carolina too, girl. I got
Oh
stories.
yeah, no, South Carolina. Ooh,
Oh,
and you
especially
know what?
them.
South Carolina worse than North Carolina. But
Hmm.
them country North Carolinians is not kind of not no better. But them South and
That's why,
Mississippi,
girl,
they
if
run
you ever
neck
get
and
out to
neck.
Charlotte, you better be very careful because Charlotte is extremely close, too close to South Carolina, girl. You can skip over that motherfucker.
I know. I know. My friend, she been living there. I know. And ugh, and she be so just distraught sometimes. I'm like, girl, you buy them country people.
But what you can do, skip over across some state lines, get you some gas, fill up, for real cheap. Make sure you wear a hat and some sunglasses. Get your shit and get right back on across some state lines back to North Carolina, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Let me
Mm-hmm.
stop. Shout out to South Carolina.
Well, I
They're
mean,
my cousins.
I mean, honestly, it's in any state. Most major
Hmm.
cities are Democratic, and the more you pan out, the redder it gets. And that goes back to what I said before about education. When you don't have the education, people are easy it's easier for people to tell you, sway you, and move you in a direction that is disadvantaging for yourself because they're going to take advantage. It's easier to scam dumb
Yes.
people,
Yes, and that's why
uneducated people.
Charlie Kirk was extremely dangerous because what he
Hmm.
was doing, because yes, the dumb people, we already know they dumb and you can easily manipulate them, but he was actually tackling college campuses, getting these young white voters.
Before they even.
Before
Mhm.
they learn, because usually when they do go to college, white people tend to studies have shown they tend to be more liberal when they
But
when they have a college education.
his tour only really went into the whitest PWIs where there wasn't diversity to that level. I mean, some of them, like sometimes he would get into some of the bigger ones, but it's more of those like Utah. The only black students really going to Utah, maybe a basketball, football player here and there, but it's predominantly all white. So they don't have any experience around other cultures at all, really. And
Mhm.
that's why they're so mad, is because this young boy, he came from a Republican, MAGA, Christian, cop, love, I mean, all the things of MAGA. And he was in college and had a friend, a person that he cared about become transition into trans woman. And he had a whole different view on how things, about those views of his family and Charlie Kirk and everybody else. Like, now, should he have killed the man? No, but he realized that those views were detrimental to the country and to people that he cares about.
Child, that's what they claim it happened. I don't believe that shit happened. For I don't think any trans people were involved with that damn
Oh, he
shooting.
wasn't involved. They weren't involved, but I think he was. I think they're trying to make it seem like that, but I think that
Mhm. Or the
they're
transness was his motivation for shooting that. They're trying to create that,
yeah, well, that's what they're trying to do, but it's really basically
and
the
honey,
IRA.
and trans people ain't got shit to do with that, honey.
Nothing. Neither do black people.
Mm-mm.
Trans, black, eh, Latino, Latina, nobody. It's just white people.
I saw an article from the Onion, and I'm just happy to see the Onion is actually still funny because somebody from the Onion posted this picture and said, "Charlie Kirk shooter had a trans Uber driver." Baby, I
Yeah,
was
I saw
screaming.
that. It's so
But
stupid.
ain't nothing gonna top that damn governor. He said, I prayed that, I mean, he said the quiet part out loud. I prayed that it wasn't us. I said, shit, that's what black people say all the time.
Hmm.
We prayed. He said it out loud on TV with a microphone.
Yeah. Well,
Uh-oh.
our last story that we
Somebody got some
have.
tea coming.
Uh-oh.
You heard that phone? Ooh, too, calling
Uh-huh.
in the tea.
Well, our last story, just out of curiosity, have y'all ever heard of a comedian by the he's a white guy, a big white guy by the name of Guy Branum? You
Mm-mm.
probably have seen him on like Chelsea lately or something like that.
I haven't seen her shit, no. What's his name? Guy who?
Guy Branum. So you spell his last name Branum.
Oh, no, I hadn't seen him. Mm-mm.
Oh. Well, honey, he's telling his he just had an incident with Delta Airlines with another person, another passenger flying, actually hit him because he felt he was too fat to sit next to him, honey. Elbowed him
Oh,
in the stomach and everything, baby. Now, when I tell y'all that I say all the time, if you want to catch me like slipping and beat my ass, then find me at the airport on an airplane because that's gonna be the only place I'm not gonna fight back. But shit
mm-hmm.
like this blatant disrespect. So either one or two things would have happened. I would have either beat this man ass, or I think the better thing for me to do would probably like
Fall out
embrace
like
my
a
inner
white
white
woman.
woman. Right,
The
yes,
what?
honey. Be like, oh, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Like,
That is the one time when you, Auntie, you not lying about that. That is the one time I am falling out like a white woman. You were not going to jeopardize my flying privileges. If I got to get off this goddamn continent, I need to be able to get off this continent. And ain't nobody's going to mess that up for me.
baby, them white supremacists can put me on a terrorist list because you know they put anybody who supports BLM on a terrorist watch list. They can put me on that list of people who was talking shit about Charlie Kirk. But what y'all are not going to do is put me on that no flight list. I will not
Okay?
ever go. That is one list
Mm-mm,
I do not want to be on,
mm-mm,
honey.
mm-mm. I am a white woman that day. Oh!
Okay. And then he was talking about how the person, the other passenger, was pretty much like nasty towards other flyers as well. Like, so he just had an attitude coming in there altogether. But it's about a 3 minute video that we're going to watch him talk about it, and he shows actual video of that incident. And the man, and you could just see the man just talking like he's one of those old white motherfuckers who need to get punched in they shit, honey. You can tell he been punching his shit enough. But let's go ahead and watch the incident. Give me 1 second.
So I had an exciting adventure on my plane flight today. Normally, when I got more money, I'll fly business class because I'm a big guy. I don't want to be in anybody else's space. And this time, I got a Comfort Plus ticket. I always got worried. I've had people freak out at me before. And today, it was a middle seat, not great. A guy came down, a white guy in his 60s. You'll see. And first, he freaked out at a woman because she was putting something in the overhead compartment near his seat. Then he sat down next to me and he immediately was just pissed off at me and asked me if I could move over. And I was like, no, I can't. Then he just elbowed me as hard as he could. And then I took this video. Elbowed me because he believes that I am too fat to be sitting next to him. Well, who wouldn't believe that? Yeah. Wow. Would you be happy if I elbowed you back? Well, there's not a lot of room here for me. I know. I paid for the seat. I paid for the seat as well. Okay. Want to be sharing the armrest? Yeah. Yes, we're not sharing the armrest right now. Right now, you are using the armrest because you elbowed me to get out. I'm not even on the armrest. I'm not on the armrest either. Sir, how do you think I should solve this problem? You're not going to believe this. Yes. No, I'm serious. You think I should exist differently? You're not going to believe also, let's be fair. You are hardly self yourself. I'm a member of Weight Watchers. Okay. Okay. I can show it on my phone. Okay. And that is how I lost weight. So in the next 20 minutes or so? No, have you ever? Do you think I have ever? I think I have ever tried to lose weight. No, I'm just saying. You think I have ever tried to lose weight, sir? I don't know. You really think that I'm a fat person in this country and I have never tried to lose weight? I don't know. Okay. When a flight attendant came by, I told them that he had hit me, but I was okay to stay in the seat if necessary. He like went and complained that I was too fat, and then people came and like observed to see if I was too fat. And then the lady went and got another person who came and also observed that I was fine. Delta, when they saw the problem, they sent a red coat lady. And the red coat lady came, like pulled him aside and discreetly talked to him. I guess explained to him that they weren't going to pull me off the plane. And then she asked another woman who was sitting on the other side of the aisle from us if she would switch seats with this guy. And the woman did, and she offered the woman some miles. And then I said, I would like some miles too. And she said, sure. She said the man had told her that I had recorded some footage, and she asked me if I would delete it. And I said I wouldn't. And then the people around us on the plane started telling her that the guy had been difficult with other people. The woman who moved next to me, Rachel, was so nice. Fat people shouldn't be waiting for some future moment when we'll be worthy of traveling and living our lives.
So, and Delta, let me make sure I pause this video before it starts playing another one. Let's see. So Delta, they actually had a response, and their response, I wasn't a fan of it. So there was this update. It says Delta Airlines has issued a response in regards to comedian Guy Branum claiming another passenger elbowed him being overweight on a flight. Excuse me, elbowed him for being overweight on a flight from New York to Los Angeles over the weekend. The airline tells TMZ Delta sincerely appreciates the actions of our crew and customers for de escalating the situation. We apologize to our customers for the delay and thank them for their understanding. Delta's customer care team is reaching out to speak directly with our customer as we look into his claims. What the fuck do y'all need to look into? He told you what was happening. And what pisses me off about this whole, because y'all know if y'all heard him say in the video that it was like 3 or 4 different flight attendants came over there trying to adjust, trying to check to see if he was too fat to sit there and stuff, and then gonna ask him, trying to accommodate this old rude ass white guy. And talk about, oh well, can you delete the video footage? Can you? Oh, didn't even they're gonna offer the girl who asked him to move the seat some miles first before even offering him. So he had to speak up and say, well, I want some miles. Like, are
Ugh,
you?
it's so tacky.
That I mean, I know he feels insulted. Like, are you kidding me right now?
Well, and it doesn't help that Southwest changed their policy around larger people having
Yeah.
seats, and it's just mm, unfortunate.
Fat phobia, honey. Fat phobia.
It's ridiculous.
But I really hate that this happened to him. Now, I'm not familiar with this comedian. He seems like he's funny. Usually gay guys, especially, gay guys a little bit on the plump side, we tend to be a little bit funnier than others.
Oh, he's a gay guy too. I didn't know he was a gay guy too. I missed
You
that. Sorry, my child called in the middle of this.
I don't get ready to say you can't tell by the way he was talking.
And the mustache, sorry.
Okay.
But I wasn't totally tuned in.
And the way he was trying to read what didn't he didn't read that man like he should have. Like, do you think I haven't tried to lose weight myself? Really? Being overweight in America? You really think I haven't tried already? Like, but hey,
You're right. That's
but
crazy.
I hate that
And
happened to
just
him.
why do people think that it's okay to disrespect other people? Like what?
In your famous words, honey, your actual famous words, my gorgeous moon. These white people be walking around like la di da di da. I can do whatever I want.
You're right. You are right.
That's why he felt that his old ass could come out. First gonna disrespect the lady, and then go talk when he started recording. Like, this guy just elbowed me because I was saying he gonna his smart ass. Well, we can see that, baby. You can tell he ain't
Ugh.
never been punched in the fucking face.
I feel like if people just get their ass whooping, they will know not to do these things. I don't know why.
I, I'm telling this is why I truly believe in a higher power, and where a lot of
Mhm.
people actually think I'm atheist because I criticize the Christianity entity. I'm not atheist whatsoever. I truly believe in a higher power. And I know that there's one simply because I have never been put in a situation like this.
Look,
Like,
let me tell you, Auntie one of God's favorites, because I'm telling you, when I be and I think we walk around with the attitude, I wish a motherfucker would, and it don't be happening to us.
I will literally air this bitch out. If I'm in Walmart and a Karen will try to, I'll be like, look, bitch, get away from me, or I will spray you with mace. I'm not the one.
Let me tell you, when my son was little, all them stories about people coming up to black people, is this your child? Oh my God, is this how could let me tell you how much I wanted a motherfucker to come up to me and say something. Not one time.
I said, that's how I
Not one.
know there is a higher power.
And even my best friend, who had just her son was just a light skinned black kid. And she's not even that damn dark. She lighter than me a little bit. And and somebody was like, "Is that your child?" I said, "They asked you with a whole ass black kid." But nobody. I mean, I flew. I was on public transportation. I was everywhere. A little 3 month old little light, looking like a little Mexican baby, and nobody said nothing. Little light baby with this dark skin. Nobody said nothing, and I wanted.
Okay, so now I don't because you said that I don't feel so insane because I was like, am I crazy for actually wanting somebody to try me like that? Because I really want to show people because I'm not the one that's gonna pull out my phone to record. They're gonna pull
Mm-mm.
out their phones and record me airing this bitch out.
Yes.
So and I was like, I want, and I feel like because honey, when I was on a train in New York one time, and I even tweeted about this one time, I actually saw a white man call this black trans girl a nigga. Baby, I pulled up my blade and I said, call her another one so I can carve the word nigga in your fucking face. Please call her another one. Please do it.
That
I
is
will
the
pay you to
energy
do it.
I
Please do it.
love. I love it. That is
So,
the energy. They need all that energy. Yes, say it again.
mhm. Please do it. Baby, I keeps my blade on me, honey, because you never know when you have to carve your name in the motherfucker's face.
That is
Allegedly,
true.
allegedly.
Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. But yes, that is that I am a staunch proponent. I wish a motherfucker. Let me tell you, Cedric the Entertainer said that all the way back at what was it, the Kings of Comedy, and I said exactly. I wish a
Mhm.
motherfucker would. And I have lived my life like that, and nobody does anything. And I'm
They
too
tried us
little.
that,
I'm
honey.
like, I'm not that even that big. Why are people intimidated? I want somebody to try me.
Especially if I'm having it, baby. Especially when I was working back at that plantation, honey. Who name I
Ugh,
won't say, but honey, if you would have caught me on a bad day, oh please, baby, that shit would have been aired. I would have been on the fucking news.
I know you would have. I think the Lord, see, being one of God's favorites, they keep us safe, keeping us safe, away from the foolery.
What
as
that
as
girl
one
say?
of God's VVVIPs and blessed and highly favored and
Yes,
finally protected by my ancestors. My ancestors don't play about me. I know it's a fact. Every day I
okay.
know it's a fact because yeah, I'll be telling people quick, baby, I'm not the one nor the two. Find you somebody to play with.
Or I am the one, depending on what you're looking for, because I
Hello,
do. you know.
hello.
You definitely
Hmm.
could fuck around and find out.
Mhm.
That is so sad. I shouldn't even have that type of energy, but I do. And that's what it is. I shouldn't
Every
even.
every day I'll be thankful. I'll be like, you know what? My ancestors be doing a big one. Be doing a big one. God be doing a big one. Ancestors
Keeping
be
me
doing a
safe.
big ones. Because don't nobody even be seeing me, baby. Cause anybody I'm ready to eat for anyone can get it. Okay?
Let
Okay.
me tell
Grandmas,
you,
aunties, mamas, and babies. Everybody.
Every last one of them.
And I never had this ever happen. And mind you, I be on my P's and Q's at work. I don't be acting a fool because, I'm raised right. And I got to protect my money. But we had got this one dude that came in and worked, this big old white man. He's 6'5", 6'6", white boy. And this boy had the nerve to tell me that he was intimidated by me. Baby, I'm all of 5'4". I'm holding on to that number as long as I can. I'm starting to shrink. I think I am. But I what do you mean? I never even raised my voice at him.
Mhm.
I never even what? You're intimidated by me?
He knew what he was doing. That was a whole microaggression, honey. He knew exactly what he was doing.
Oh yeah, it
And I,
was. I
I would have
said,
listen. I would have told him, you better and don't you ever forget it, okay? Because motherfuckers be
um,
like, well, reverse racism. Yep, absolutely.
I
I
said,
don't like none of y'all. Leave me
oh no,
alone.
I know it was a microaggression, but I was so shocked that it was even. I said, did you say what? Me?
Mhm. And perpetuating that whole black women are difficult to work with trope and so honey, please. I
I
know what you
didn't
are.
look. I didn't even give him the satisfaction of even being able to say that. Fuck out of here. I was
Mhm.
like, oh, not dainty old little me. You couldn't. I'm just too sweet. What?
We do kind of look like we don't play though. Like we
I
you kind
mean,
of look at it like, yeah, these bitches
my
don't play.
resting bitch, my resting bitch face is pretty solid, I will say.
Yeah. Because I've heard that, but not by white people. I never heard I was intimidated by white people. I've heard like a lot of people, like especially in the gay community, they'll say like, "I honestly thought you were intimidating," like before I actually came to talk to you, and I've heard that several times before. So I
Mm,
mean, something that I'm putting out there is that kind of. I mean, I don't sit there and try to like question anybody's perception. That their perception is their reality. So nothing I
hmm
do or say will change that. But I don't think I put it out in any intimidating energy. But then again, I'm not those people like experiencing
But,
me. So
but same, auntie, same. Quinn has her hand up, but I'll have something to say after that. But yeah.
go ahead, Libra Queen.
Cousin, why we living the same lives? Because I be confused. Because motherfuckers be like, oh, you look so innocent and you're so adorable. And then in the same breath be like, but I was intimidated. Bitch, which one was it? Which one is it? Because if I'm cute and adorable, don't fucking call me that at my big fucking age. Why the fuck are you intimidated? Let's be motherfucking clear. It can't cut
Mhm.
both ways.
Yep.
Please choose one. And either way, leave me the fuck alone. Amen.
I'd
I
rather
mean,
people
they
think
should be
I'm
more
intimidated than
scared when you start talking. They
hmm
should
and
looking at you. No, you don't look intimidating at all. But when you start talking, she don't play. She don't play.
and truth be told, I'd rather people think I was intimidating than to feel like they can play with me. So
That part. That part.
and what were you gonna add?
Oh, I was gonna add, like, yes, I have that same like people. Like, I'm the smallest. I'm not a big person. I'm in stature, but I have people that will not. They will go around me. They will talk to other people. They will ask them questions, but nobody comes to me directly. And I'm like, what the hell? I experienced that when I was pregnant. I had my friends coming to me like, they was asking me and so was asking me about this and that and that. And I said, why those people ask me? Why they asking you? How would you know?
Messy.
Nobody. And with nobody, not a soul, not a peep. Don't nobody say that. I said, y'all act like I walk around here with a big stick or something. Maybe I do. Maybe I
Maybe
do.
you
But I'm
should,
just
honey,
saying.
like Debbie Allen.
And they don't fuck with me, and I just be like, okay, well, must be God's favor and keeping me safe, keeping me away from the foolery, so I don't go to jail. Cause he know I don't want to go to jail. That is not my ministry.
Amen.
Listen,
Shout out to the law.
hey, it's
Mm,
not my
mm.
ministry either, but I'll be quick to let a motherfucker know, baby. I keep me some bail money. I keep me a
He's the
card or two that can be swiped, and I got at least two people I can call that gonna be able to get to that money to get me out. Quit playing with me. I'm about that life.
what did she say? Peace to the law.
Peace to the
What
law.
Peace, peace to the law and all of that. Yes,
what was she saying? Oh my God. That
she said
little was
peace to Allah, peace to the law, and something else. But all of that.
shout out to that crazy queen.
Shout out to her and shout out to y'all too, because like I said this yesterday, honey. If it were not for y'all, this show would I think it'll be. I mean, I can only do but so much to entertain people, but y'all make it so much more entertaining. So thank y'all for y'all contributions.
Thank you. I don't think I'm that good, but you know, I appreciate. I'm glad I could aid it. I'm just happy to be here.
Yes.
Exactly.
Now, I am still planning that that political session that
Hmm.
we'll have here discussing. I'm trying to reach out to people to see if they would want to come and be a part of, like people whose voices I think would be very important in this
Oh
type of
yeah.
discussion.
Yes.
So I'm looking to. It's not set in stone yet, but what I'm looking to do is have it for maybe Saturday nights. Only because I know most of us will be at home. Well, those of us who don't have a social life, I know
Yeah.
that we'll be at home, and I feel like everyone's off work on a Saturday evening. Well, most
Hmm.
of us are off work on a Saturday evening, so I'm thinking maybe Saturday. How does it sound? Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern. So that'll be 5
5
p.m.
my
for the
time.
East Coasters,
West
West
Coasters.
Coasters. Thank you. I'm sorry.
just just let us
So far, yeah. I mean, it'll be in like a week or two out. It's gonna be further out, right?
I was planning on doing it this Saturday.
Ah, now the one time I don't have no social life, but this one Saturday I do have something going on. This one Saturday,
Okay.
and you know, if I miss this Saturday, I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be mad.
Well, no, because I actually want you to be here. You're definitely one of the voices who I think is important that should be here. So,
Okay, well, this one Saturday, out of all of the Saturdays of my non-social life, I've been asked to do something.
yay.
Wait,
well,
and you said 8? Let me see what
well,
time.
no, girl, don't do because we can schedule it for next
Actually, oh
Saturday if we
no,
need
it'll
to.
be 8 Eastern, 5. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Damn it.
Yep. Oh, and then we have a suggestion in the comment for Sunday morning. No,
Oh,
no, honey,
Sunday.
I don't want to compete with church now.
Oh
who
yeah.
who be in
Well,
church. I'm a heathen.
me too. I'm a heathen too. Bedside Baptist. Amen. Listen to the
Hallelujah.
recording. Listen to the
God is
recording.
so good.
Um, yes. So I can always do a Sunday, but the only Saturday I can't do is this one Saturday evening.
I'm down for a Sunday morning glory.
Sunday.
We can
Hallelujah.
have
Okay.
church. We can have church and biscuits, and.
Okay, well, I think because
Sunday
and the only
brunch.
reason I wanted to do it like this weekend, well, one because Happy suggested that while the while the politics is hot right now, we
Well,
should
shit. When
definitely
is it not gonna be hot? Please.
yeah, true,
It's gonna be hot every day until that man is out of. It's gonna be hot for a long time.
but
Fire, fire.
it's looking like Sunday will be the best moves. Now it ain't gonna be super because I don't like to wake up early on a Sunday morning, honey. So I'm sitting here thinking, do y'all be up early
Hmm.
on
I'm
Sundays?
up. Yeah, I'm up. I'm up.
You just
I'm
give
reaching
me
for it.
just give a time and I'm gonna make it work.
Whatever is good for you. But my Sunday's wide open.
Okay, we have Sunday at 3 p.m. in the chat. Now is that 3 p.m. Eastern time or 3 p.m. PST?
Oh yeah, let's get that.
But probably 3 p.m. EST for me, so that will be 12 noon
You.
for the
Yeah.
West
Either
Coast.
way, I'm good to go.
Happy said up to you guys. So whatever time y'all come up with, you just well, don't let me forget
Let me
because I
start
be in
getting
my
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 notes
nap
together.
phase.
Like
Sundays be
this is
my nap.
school.
9
I gotta
a.m.
get.
PNT, 12 p.m. is the busiest online time in our research. Okay, I know. Here come through with the research.
I
Okay.
just have to get. I just let me get my notes together because I mean, I just need to be ready.
Yep, and I'll try to keep it like similar like this. I'll look through the because the thing about Google News, it actually does suggest politic topic. I just try to stay away from that in this type of show. But I'll just like share some topics and then we'll discuss it and see how. And if y'all, of course, y'all want to bring some things to share too, please do so. So yeah, okay.
Oh,
So
I'm so excited.
me too. And it looks like so let me see. It says 8 a.m. PT and 11 a.m. ET is hot for people to read but perform so hard. Hmm. Okay, well, we'll figure it out. It's gonna be between 12 and 3 my time on Sunday instead of Saturday. I think that looks like it's working for everybody, especially everybody in this room. So I feel like this room is a good indication of the public. So yeah, we'll go from there. And I trust me, I will let y'all know well in advance, but we're planning it for Sunday, sometime between 12 and 3.
Okay, I'm
And
there.
before we head out, did any of you have any tea that you wanted to share or anything I might have missed?
Mm-mm, I fed all the tea I had this morning to you.
Yeah, I tagged you. You know, I tagged you in that little tweet about your man's and his son, your stepson, his son.
Yes, honey, my stepson. That is a situation that I would love for him to reconcile that relationship with his son, but it don't look like, and with good reason, because the son is actually very protective of his mother, and he's seen over the years how my man has treated his mother. So I try to do what I could to step in, but don't nobody ever listen to me until the last minute.
I understand that. Hmm.
Well, y'all, thank you for taking time out of your busy day to come and sip tea with me. We will be back tomorrow at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time for a live show with more tea if you can make it. Please hit up our email, auntie@auntiederek.com. And you all have a fabulous rest of your day.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Cheese.
Bye.